Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. I didn't stream yesterday. It is... Yeah, it is Friday. I didn't stream Thursday. It was thundering. So, last week I didn't stream, which was fine because I already did 2 streams, so it was good. But it was storming, and then it wasn't storming anymore, and then I went to Thursday, and I woke up to thundering outside. I was like, oh, is that my stomach, or is it actually a storm going through? So I looked it up, went to check the weather. The weather was like, severe thunderstorm warning. I was like, oh, well, can't really stream in that type of weather. I could theoretically stream, but we already get enough stuff without rainy weather getting in the way, so I'd just rather not risk it. It's good today though. I'm free to stream today. Sorry for the yawn. Has anything happened? Not really. I cooked chicken today. It was bigger chicken than I was taught to cook. I was taught with like 4 thin slices, and it's like a whole breast of chicken. I was like, oh shit. But I cooked them all the way through. Everything was good. I had wraps, and they were very yummy. Anything else? I don't think so. It hasn't been that long, and I've been sleeping. I fucked up my sleep schedule. Then Sky, why don't you drink the energy drink to make yourself sleep? Well, because there's 2 big events coming up, and I'd rather save it until those events at least pass, so I could be more aware of if... Hold on, my sentence made no sense. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna wait until those events at least pass, because then I won't need it. But if I need it for either event, I have it, because anxiety. Because one is my sister's wedding, so I'm like thinking I might be, anxious, not for myself, but for her, and that might cause me not to sleep. So, having something that I can knock myself out with is good for that. And then the other thing is Easter Sunday. I will not be able to stream, because we're going to the Ren Fair. So that's going to be fun. I'm taking Auntie the mushroom. And his beady little eyes. I should really post a picture of Auntie. I haven't yet. I need to start using the Ko-fi again. or actually figure out the blue sky. I start posting pictures. Man. And that really nothing. Casey's not feeling well. We suspect it might be she recently went to the vet, and hey Bass, it has been a long time. Hello. But yeah, Casey went to the vet. She went to the vet and she got a shot, and now she's acting very mopey and she won't eat. So mom thinks it's probably the shot. Like, she's not having a good reaction to it, which is not great, but hopefully it'll be fine. Other than that, nothing else has happened. 3 solid days of going out. Now it's like, no, okay. Time to not go out for a long time again. Uh, I did look through my computer files. That makes me sound like a hacker. Not really my computer. My download file. Imagine going inside. I mean, yeah. Imagine. I taught my mother something. Actually, that's kind of related to that. My mother didn't know about the big meme of telling gamers and people who are chronically online to go outside and touch grass. So I've recently taught her that, and she finds it absolutely hilarious and like an amazing insult. I teach my mother things she really doesn't need to know, but she now has knowledge. I think it'd be hilarious if somebody said that in her vicinity, because she'd just be like, "Oh, I know that." They'd just be like, "This 60-year-old woman." Just like, what? But I was going through my download file and I had a bunch of games I had downloaded for streams and then just never put into my stream folder. I was like, oh, let me do that. So we have a shit ton of games. It was mostly me going through games that I'd played before and I really liked, and there's some that I hadn't played but want to play. So yeah, there's a few where they're very much cozy games, and then there's others that it's like, that's not a cozy game. I won't lie. There's one, I'm waiting for the final one to come out before I actually commit to playing it, where it's the whole premise of the game. All three games are, Yondir. This girl has a Yondir boyfriend. The first game, she broke up with him and he found her. And so I have no idea what it's gonna be like. But there's also a prequel. And so the one we're waiting for is the sequel. And I'm just like, it sounds interesting. I don't know. I'm curious about it. I want to play it. Plus I think it's nice to showcase smaller things. But away from the more dangerous topic of Yondirs, there's a different game that is downloaded in the Steam folder called... God, I don't remember the name of it. I know what it's about. Oh yeah, there's a bunch here. Oh yeah, that. Summer at Marisol Bay, that's what it's called. And it is just comfy cozy. It's about like working. The protagonist goes to work at a Marisol Bay, which is amusement park type of thing. And there's two guys. You can choose, which one you want to romance. It's very, very cozy. And then it also has a Christmas sequel and tie-in characters. And I have not played the tie-in characters games, but I do have it downloaded. And then off of that, we have Project Perfectly Normal, which is a little more on the Mnemonic. God, I don't know how to say devices. That's also out the realm of normal. And our Wonderland. I really want to play our Wonderland. I've been forcing myself not to play it because I was like, oh, but it'd make a good stream game. There's so many dating games, makes me think it's not easy to get a date. But there are lots. That's why there's so many, because it's not easy. You want a way to stimulate a date but not actually go through the process of getting one. Dating games. I like a few of the more simple ones, but our Wonderland is not a dating game. Sounds like it. It's not. Very much not. When a game greets you with content warnings and has practically every single one you can think of, I don't think that's a dating game. which is why I want to play it so badly. It's apparently a super long game. It's recently getting a remake. Yeah. And so the remake isn't fully done yet. So I plan to play the original game, and then when the remake's fully done, we'll play that. But it just looks so interesting. They're like, yeah, there's a like, I forgot, it was like 531 CGs in the game. I was like, this is a fucking giant ass game. This is a dangerous game. I can't wait to play. It's so funny too, because the way I found it was they had a game that included some of the characters from our Wonderland, and it was just simply a very cute, wholesome one that was just like, you know, it's I think it's literally called like Texting the Cute Ace Guy or something like that. And I mostly played it because I was curious about the portrayal of asexuality, which top tier portrayal. Portrayal. I was like, that, did I say that word right? I didn't. But then I went to their page and I saw the other games they had, and I was like, our Wonderland? And it's like, yeah, this is our main game. Why are there content warnings? Why is there hidden content warnings? What do you mean hidden content warnings? I have not spoiled myself on the other content warnings. I've just been like, whatever happens, happens. Which, honestly, I don't know if the game is even allowed on Twitch. I will have to check that. That's the one thing I gotta check, but it's gonna be interesting. Ugh, it's so hard not to play it, though, because I keep seeing it. I'm like, but I want to play it, though. The whole reason I even went to my download things is because a game of mine updated, and I happened to check. And I was like, oh, here's a shit ton of things I got, and didn't ever move over. And the game I was playing, this guy playing goes, wait, oh, yeah, basically. The game I was playing, I knew it updated, and I want to check some of the updates. Oh god, it's getting so intriguing. I'm a sucker for games that just have such deep lore with it. It's a written game, so it'd be a lot of reading to play it on stream, but it's not even a completed game yet. It's updating by chapter sort of thing. But I mean, it's got one hell of an introduction. It's like, hello, this is the point of view of a king from a different kingdom than yours, and his wife has just been murdered. She was poisoned, and we know who poisoned her. It was Princess Catalina. And then it's like, by the way, here's you as a child. It's like, okay, what? And then so you play you as a child, and you're getting to know your siblings. Your sister's been missing since forever. You get to choose which parent you like more, your mother or your father. And then your house gets set on fire, or well, the castle gets set on fire, and your entire family is murdered. And you were the only one alive, and you were taken hostage. And the only reason you were taken hostage is because you happen to be slightly younger than the guy's son. And the guy is the king from the other kingdom. And so now you were brought to the other kingdom and are told, for now, try your best to fit in. And you're like, oh yeah, thanks. Everyone here thinks I'm a fucking demon. My entire family was murdered, and I'm supposed to just be okay? Yep. And then it gets worse. You see this child, dear counsel, to the king? Yes. You guys have been pushing me to get a consort, to marry again. So here it is. The royal consort. That is a fucking child. I love one guy pointed that out. Another guy was like, he's from the other kingdom. And I was like, or the fact he's a fucking child should be more important here, but okay. But they can't go against the king. It's a marriage in name only. But it was like, this is one hell of an introduction. Holy shit. Oh, and so there you are. You just got a husband. You were 10, maybe. Oh, it's okay though. You make friends. The whole point is that you're supposed to be making friends and deciding where you're gonna go and plotting. Maybe. Depends on what you want to do. Do you want revenge? Do you not want revenge? I've played 2 different routes of wanting revenge and not wanting revenge so far, and they're vastly different. But it's so interesting, like, as a whole. And your relationship to certain characters and how they can be. Because, like, one of the people that have always treated you with kindness has been Lancelot. But Lancelot is fucking dating the king. Well, he's not at the time, but he ends up dating the king later on. And so you gotta decide how that makes you feel. And I'm just like, you fucking traitor! He kidnapped me! He killed my family! I thought you were my father figure. What the hell? What are you doing? You're betraying me. No. But you can choose to not have a good relationship with him. You can choose not to trust him. Or anyone. Oh, you also have PTSD. I love that happening. It's a hunting not festival. I don't know. Anyway, there's a hunt and the prince hunter who is his knight and the princess from a different kingdom. Her name is Soren. I don't trust Soren for the life of me. Bitch came over and was like, I'm just so sweet and innocent. And then they have extras on their they had extras up, and so I read some of the extra stuff. And reading the extras, I was like, who the fuck is this? And it's like, oh, this is Soren. That's Soren? She's another bitch! So at the current moment, I don't trust Soren. Even though she's like, 19 in the game? At the current moment, I don't trust her. I don't trust her. I'm like, I don't trust you. I don't trust your family. You might be pretending to be nice. Fuck you. But anyway, you're all on the hunting grounds, and you go and you find this creature, and it starts to get larger, which is not great. And you're all panicking. Luckily, the prince slays it. Unluckily, he looks like his father. Unluckily, he is covered in blood. Unluckily, suddenly, you are transported back to that day, and you are seeing your childhood monster there in front of you again. And you can choose how you respond, but you respond either way. It's like, do you start crying uncontrollably? Do you try to calm yourself down? Do you try to make it go away? Or do you just attack? And it's like, oh, hello, PTSD. I didn't think you'd be a thing in this game. Hello. I should have thought that, given it does give you an option of, hello, you've grown up a bit. You get to have hobbies. Why do you have trust issues? How much time do you have? Basically, this poor royal consort who really doesn't want to be the royal consort. But you get the option to have hobbies, and it tells you that you can have 2 hobbies, or you can have 1 hobby and 1 unhealthy coping mechanism, or you can have 2 unhealthy coping mechanisms and 1 hobby. And it includes a range of things, from being an insomniac to drinking to gambling to searching out intercourse with people. I was like, damn, how intriguing. So yeah, I really like it. It's very interesting. But yeah, not fully out yet, so I'm just curious of where it goes. And the reason I won't play games until they're fully out is because I don't want them to get abandoned and then none of us know what happens next. If it's just me where I don't know what happens next because it never updated, it's fine. But like an entire audience, nah. No. I'd rather give a satisfying ending. But yeah. So I'm just looking over my games now, trying to remember. Oh yeah, I Love You. Yeah, that's a game. What is Little Lamb? I don't remember what that one is. I love that there's a game, it's just I love you with a little exclamation mark at the end. Sounds like an adorable game. And then you scroll a little lower and you have Meeting in the Flesh. I remember that game. If it's the one I'm thinking of, and it should be if I downloaded it. Again, I downloaded these a long time ago and I just put them in the correct file. It's intriguing. Very intriguing. Oh yeah, exodroplets, what? What's this? Huh? Sorry, I just saw one that just says Yondier. What does that mean, me? What game is that? And then I have some guides as well. Anyway. What is this? Okay. I need to go over, see what games actually are playable, what ones aren't. But yeah. I don't know. For now, we'll finish Cinderella Phenomenon and then do Evermore. Which I'm so excited for Evermore and terrified at the same time. Because I just saw some of those CGs and was like, what happened? What happened? What is this? I was like, I don't remember this. Oh, there was a few I did remember of the CGs. A few I definitely didn't. There's a CG. And it's one of the characters. I'm not gonna say who, because that's spoilers, right? But it's one of the characters with Luciette. And that character, he is not wearing a shirt. And Luciette is in like a tank top. And they're laying on a bed together. And I was just like, what is this? What is this? I was like, when? Huh? Confusion. Yeah. It's also a character that's a little bit, so in the future, if you wanted to play an evil game called Uno, it's broken friendships and relationships. I would love to play Uno. I did look into getting Uno, but the problem is, fuck, who's it run by? I don't remember. Anyway, I've heard that their servers suck. And that's actually really hard to get a game going. Which sucks. Because, like, potato of a laptop. If Uno's already messed up for regular, people who play more advanced games, then I don't think my laptop's living. But I would like to play Uno. I like Uno because it's fun to see people's reactions. and predict what they're going to do. I mean, Among Us is also on the list of things to play. I have Among Us. It's just sitting in the folder, waiting. But the other thing is, like, if Uno is run by EA, then we have problems. Look, I don't agree with a lot of EA's stuff, but it's not like I'm gonna hate on the game developers or not play certain games because of that. It's more that EA's thing. I had got Sims 4 because it was free. And I went to play it one day, and it basically said can't run because missing this component. And I was like, what the fuck you mean missing? So I went to the Steam thing, and it basically was like, you need an EA subscription to actually be able to play this. And it's like, okay, well, I can't do that. I'm not getting an EA subscription, period. So that's a slight problem, is that if EA requiring me to get a subscription, that's not happening. So I have to be aware of that. And then Epic Games Launcher doesn't work for Epic Games just doesn't work on my laptop for some fucking reason. I don't know why. It's like certain games will download, but other games won't, and it'll just not work. So I've tried many times to figure out what's wrong with it, and I could not tell you. But there are games I want to play. I want to play all the kindergarten games because those are too fun. I know it's been years since they've came out, but I liked, watching YouTubers play them, and I want to play it for myself. But aren't they making a Kindergarten 3 game? I vaguely remember seeing something, so there's that. Undertale, obviously. If we're playing Amori, we have to play Undertale. I remember there were other games I wanted to play, and I just recently had the thought of, oh damn, I'd love to play that one day on stream. But now I can't remember. Office. Oh, yes. Off. I do want to play Off. I'd say I've been spoiled on Off, but at the same time, Off is like, does anyone know what's really going on? No, I still want to play it for myself. And who knows, by the time I play it, I might have forgotten the whole twist. Cuphead. I do want to play Cuphead. Kind of. It's this complicated feeling of Cuphead and Hollow Knight. I have Hollow Knight. Both of them look so pretty. And they look easy. And I feel like that's super misleading. Those games, that's hard to spoil since it's hard to... Exactly. So, but the problem is I don't think I'm going to be good at them. I'm not good at platformers in general. So, these are the known hard platformers, the roguelikes, right? So I still want to play them, but I'm not sure how far I'll actually get. And so those two might be more, hey chat, let's watch as I struggle. Because I watched someone 100% Hollow Knight and came to the very quick realization of, yeah, I'm not good at Hollow Knight. I've only gotten so far in Hollow Knight. And the 100% video, where I was at was only like 1 minute in. And the rest was the rest of the game. And I was like, so I'm not even... Okay. There was like, yeah, there's this boss. You quickly take it down. It's hard boss, but, you know. The thing I thought was a hard boss was just a mini boss. So it's... If I play Hollow Knight, it's going to be a small progress at a time. Because I'm not good at it. Whatsoever. Oh. I've not made it out of the first... Technically, that's not true. Okay. So, you have the little town in Hollow Knight, and then you have the mines in Hollow Knight. And I've just unlocked the mines. Like, that's where I am. I've not gone past that area. Yeah, because there's little worm buddies. And I was like, oh, little worm buddies. I should go save them all. And I can't find them all because I haven't actually unlocked shit. So I feel like Cuphead's going to be the same way of, well, little steps at a time. Little steps. But I don't mind playing them. It's more I worry that the experience might be screaming at the screen. Not me, but the viewers. You know, VOD watchers. Like, it's sort of got to come with its own disclaimer of, this is not going to be quick. This is not going to be watch me succeed. This is going to be painstakingly. People like watching people play Getting Over. They do. That's what this would be. That would be this experience. Viewer wise would be me struggling. I don't know, I just worry because I know Hollow Knight and Cuphead both have like big fan bases around them. The Sands Benny Bobbit. Yeah. I don't want to play Getting Over It. Sorry, that's I veto that veto that one. I'm not gonna torture myself that much. I don't know. Is it weird if I say I don't want to play Getting Over It because it's not as pretty as Hollow Knight or Cuphead? I like the stylization of Hollow Knight and Cuphead a lot more than Getting Over It. And I'd rather play those than Getting Over It. Because at least if I lose in Cuphead, it's pretty. Or in Hollow Knight, it's still pretty. Plus, there are NPCs I can talk to, unlike Getting Over It, where there's nothing there, right? It's just the narrator. So I'd rather those two, because at least if I feel like I'm failing, go talk to one of the NPCs, like... No, that's fair. The whole point of Getting Over It is fun of asset flips. So it's going to be kind of detailed. Oh, I did not know that. That's good to know. I mean, I talked a little bit about this of like in Nikki, of how I just prefer more stylized things over more modern HD type of stuff. Like I will always choose RPG makers over, I don't know, something like what's the new game that came out that's like sort of like Sims 4, but it's got AI in it, so I know that much. I don't want to play that. Even then, I don't really want to play Sims 4 either. The reason why I wanted to play it, because I was like, oh, design stuff, that sounds like me. And then I actually tried to design stuff, and I was like, this sucks. Damn. Anyway. So I was kind of glad I didn't have it anymore. I was like, okay. Whatever. other games to play. Helldivers is on the list. I can play mainstream games. Minecraft is on the list. More. I feel like Minecraft has the little added note of with mods. Same thing with Stardew Valley. It's like with mods. Because while I love those two to death, I like my mods more. I love base Minecraft, but I completely understand that it is tedious as hell. I like the tediousness when I'm alone and I can spend 3 hours just simply mining and making an underwater base, or like using sand to clear out the water to make an underwater base. But like if you're playing the game on stream, I absolutely understand getting mods to help quicken things, or even the harder mods, because there's RL Craft, right? That's like the super hard one. And then there's an upgraded version of that too. I was surprised to know that one. I was like, what? They made a V2 version of it? That's crazy. I don't want to play that. But, you know, pretty aesthetic things as well. I was sad. The mod I was talking about for Stardew. Forgot I was supposed to help someone with D&D stuff tonight. We'll pop back later if I can. That's fine. That's fine. I know I was talking about it last time. About the Hat Mouse and Friends in the Forest mod for Stardew. I don't know if it's back up yet, but last I checked, I got a notification about the mod and it was gone. The mod was hidden by the creator. And I was like, oh, that's not great. That's going to be an interesting thing. Yeah. Yeah, there's so many good games to play that I want to play. I have a whole list on, yeah, the thing. See if any pops up for VidSess streams. Yep. I think we've done this already. A few are just interesting things. What is that? Our Wonderland. Okay. Here you go. Untitled Goose Game. I also want to play that. Touch Starved is on the list. Yep. Frostpunk. Yeah. I want to play Toy Soldiers, because that was a game I talked about on stream, wondering what the name of it was, and we figured out the name. And I do want to play the game again, but it is a 2-player game. I don't know if you can play it solo, but so that's also on the list of things I want to play. There's also just basic things I want to do, like play Spockle or what's the other thing? Tier lists. That's a thing. Oh. Accidentally hit a thing. Go back. Oh, I accidentally got off Twitch. I did not mean to do that. Okay, we're back. We're fine. Everything is fine. A little cater game. Past the moon, towards the sun. Oh, Cupid's Kiss. That's also an interesting one I kind of want to play on stream, because it's just interesting to me. They have a lot by one specific studio, I see. Haven, Starbound, Pikmin. I want to play Pikmin. I really do. Shovel Knight, that's one I want to play. I want to play all the Kirby games on stream, because I love the Kirby games. Castlevania, because I've never actually played Castlevania. I would love to. Anyway, I have a ton of things I want to play. I'm just gonna wait a little bit for the future, or, you know, on time. I'm trying to remember all the games I do have. I'm unsure. Anyway. It's almost been in 43 minutes. I should probably actually, you know, play the game that the stream is about. We have 2 chapters left, or 3 chapters technically, because we're at the start of chapter 8, if I remember correctly. So yeah, we should finish the route in this stream. I am so scared, because I don't remember what happens, but I swear that I think 2 characters are going to die. Not main characters. Well, it depends on what you count as main character. I think 2 antagonists are gonna die. One might have already died. Maybe? Anyway. Anyway, we're back here. It's been so long. It's time to finish Fritz's route. Oh, yes, the bitch. Hello. So, yeah. Yeah, 2, 3 chapters. Hi! Hello. Hildery. You know, I hate her so much, but I would kill for, like, that. Was it, like, off the shoulder jacket cardigan thing. I don't know, it looks so pretty, but I hate her. I hate her so much. Luciette, yeah. What do you need? What do you want? I cannot do this. I don't remember what's happening. You are not trying hard enough. But it is almost as if you do not wish to complete your... Oh, we're training. Okay. Hello, bitch. Complete your training. Ever since Mother came back, she's been teaching me to use my magic. But her methods are... Well, I cannot bring myself to agree with the way she teaches. But this is... a little bird, no more. This bird is still alive. Oh, yep. Yep, this doesn't surprise me. Hildery, stop trying to teach your daughter to kill things. It's been trying to escape the dome and it's been trapped under this whole time. Your bleeding heart will be the end of us all, Luciette. Do you feel such turmoil over every time you have a meal? No, but I'm not actively watching my meal try to escape. Do I need to remind you how many animals are killed on a daily basis just for your meals? But this is different. Why can't Mother see that? All you are doing is removing the air. Oh my god! Hildery! shit. Damn it. I gotta readjust. I twisted my foot wrong. I was too much in shock. Hildery. No. Oh, no, no, no. I thought it was gonna be like practice spells on the bird, Luciette. Or something like that. I wasn't expecting suffocate the bird, Luciette. Oxygen, it doesn't need oxygen. Remove the air. Like Hildery. Oh my god. Jesus. Forgot how evil you were. This is a lesson about control. Yeah, I can see that. This is about you want to control Luciette, not the bird. How else are we going to tell when you are successful without such a barometer? I don't know how to say that word. Mother raises her hand and without any effort manipulates the air in the dome. Now you see how simple it is? I stare at the bird's lifeless body inside the dome. The sight of it brings back old memories. Holy I forgot how scary Hildery was. Oh my god. You go away for like a week. You come back to Hildery killing something. Oh my god. I can't imagine how it would feel for VOD viewers. Like, holy shit. Oh. This happened before. And even then, I was not able to save the bird's life. Oh my god. Wait. Oh no, it's only a main menu. I was like, didn't Luciette have a flashback of her with a dead bird? Oh, so it's a callback to a flashback. That's cool. I mean, that's not cool, but like, the callback to the flashback is cool. The not being able to save the bird's life is not cool. I still cannot save anything. Oh, Luciette. And, because you hesitated, another bird must be brought in. How many birds will it take, Luciette? I need you to focus, dearest heart. We will continue tomorrow, and I expect you to perform as expected. Do you understand? Luciette. I nod my head numbly. Mother opens her arms and beckons me toward her. I reluctantly step toward her so that she can embrace me. There's no more warmth in her embrace. Yeah. Yeah, I expect... Yeah. That makes sense. I don't think you're doing well, Luciette. No. Okay. I have a dinosaur in my lap and he keeps... Or she keeps being too big. There we go. Out of context, if you don't know anything about me, that sounds very intriguing. Like, I just have a whole ass dinosaur. I have a dinosaur plushie, because I have plushies with me every time I stream. They're like my good luck charms. And I keep some in my lap. I keep some around me. And so I have a green dinosaur one. I got about a week ago. And her name is Issa. Issa. And she's decent size, good cuddle size, but a little bit difficult when you're moving around. So I gotta find a good spot for her to sit while I stream. There's nothing. Oh, Luciette. Mother strokes my hair. Before, I found the gesture endearing and comforting. But now, I feel cold. I do this because I love you, Lucy. Oh, not the gaslighting. No, not gaslighting. It's manipulation. Lucy, Hildery, you suck. You understand, yes? The words I want to say are trapped in my throat. Damn it. Try to get the words out before I yawned, but I caught the tail end there. The words I want to say are trapped in my throat. I can't. Mother pulls back, a questioning look in her eyes. Say you love me, darling. Fuck you and your manipulation. Of course I love you. I do love her, but things are different now. I cannot deny who she is, or what she can do. Mother sighs heavily before releasing me and turning around. Varg. Don't call him in here! No! The door opens and Varg steps inside immediately. He kneels before us. Your Majesty? Take my daughter back to her room. As you command. Varg raises and bows before going to hold open the door for me. Princess. Good night, Mother. Oh, Lucy gets like, I don't want to talk to this motherfucker. I curtsy and follow Varg out of the throne room. Ever since Fitz disappeared the day I woke up, he has not returned. The hope that he would return and that Varg would be destroyed is slowly disappearing. Every morning I wake and find Varg standing outside my door. I become more disheartened. I look at Varg's back as he walks in front of me. How am I supposed to bring Fitz back? Varg is only getting stronger each day. That's so true. At this rate, Fitz will... A diva. A diva? Damn, I don't remember how I said this last time. A diva? A diva. We're going with a diva this stream. If I said it differently in another stream, I'm sorry. Consistent, that doesn't exist on this channel. Oh. You know that won't blah blah blah. You know that will not work on me anymore, Princess. Fitz used to come when I said that word, but I no longer see any signs that he hears me. Worried about your night? Let me tell you something that might lift your spirits then. He's not gone. What? He doesn't think he can afford to lose. He's not giving up control without a fight. Good, Fitz. Fight him with everything you got. Look, I love you both, but Fitz is a little better. Thought you might want to know. Why are you telling me this? You haven't been yourself the past few days. But why do you care? That's a great question, Varg. Why do you care? Varg stops and turns to look at me. He's looking at me the same way Fitz always does, with gentle acceptance. I could almost believe I am looking at Fitz and not Varg. I've been asking myself the same question. I know these feelings for you aren't my own, and yet... So there it is, chat. He has a crush on Luciette. They're just Fitz's feelings. And that's why in every single route, except this one, and perhaps Waltz, I don't remember exactly what happens in that, but in all the other routes, the reason why Varg lets Luciette go, or stalls for time, or... all of that, is because he feels those feelings for Luciette. And this route specifically kind of explores that. So, he hates Luciette in the sense of because he loves her, because Fitz loves her, so he feels what Fitz feels, and he's annoyed and pissed off because he doesn't want to feel what Fitz feels. He hates Fitz. Oh yeah. The morally gray character of Varg.
Is he bad? Yes, he's still done fucked up things. But you cannot deny the good he has also done. Which makes him very intriguing. Because can we attribute that to Varg himself as good? In some level? Or to the fact that Fritz's feelings for Lucette triumph over everything else? And that's what makes him very intriguing to me. Feelings for me. I guess his emotions for you are too strong. It's rubbed off on me, and now I'm stuck caring about you too. Varg's expression changes, a subtle sadness creeping into his eyes. Stupid. We both know who you'll choose when the time comes. I forgot that is the sadness of this route. Will she choose Fritz or Varg? And Varg's like, she'll obviously choose Fritz. Fritz hasn't made her cry. What? Varg smiles, but is devoid of any cheer. He turns around and continues walking without waiting for me. Hurry up, princess. The rest of our walk is silent. The night is deep, dark, and gentle, but I cannot find peace or sleep in the all-consuming silence. It's been 2 weeks since Mother's return. 2 weeks since I've been able to sleep through the night. Most of my days are spent at Mother's side. When we aren't patrolling Angelia, she's teaching me how to use the 10, readying me as her successor. Every day, it only becomes clearer to me that the kingdom is suffering. The people fear and hate us. It is even worse than it was before. Mother is cruel to everyone, even though I have yet to see them do anything wrong. Is this why Father... Holy shit! Damn, Lucy. Is this why Father hated her? Damn. Your Highness, I beg your forgiveness. My child was not watching where he was going. The man's son had wandered out in front of us. The soldiers' horses would have crushed the child if the man hadn't pushed him out of the way. The stop on the road has caused a delay in our arrival back to the palace. Mother had been out visiting an old friend, a witch. Mother? There is a blinding light as Mother draws a shape in the air. When the light clears, the man has disappeared from in front of us. He has collapsed against the wall of a nearby building. Mother threw him into the building? Yeah, she's kind of a bitch. There's a reason I call her that. It's not because she's good. Let us continue. But, Mother, that man isn't moving. I do not think he's breathing. Come along, Lucette. Mother, why did you do that? That man, he... Are you questioning me, Lucette? Mother's gaze is cold as steel, her eyes as sharp as a blade. I flinch away from her. You've become soft. The world has changed you while I was sleeping. Do not worry, dearest heart. I will bring you back to what you were. I promise. So that's also kind of a big thing. The reason why Lucette was the Ice Princess and such mean to everyone is because her mother made her that way. And so the original Lucette was actually a happy-go-lucky child. And then her mother made her into who she was at the, during the prologue. And the outside world has changed her for the better to realize, hey, my mother was not correct. It actually was kind of horrible. Yeah.
Mother smiled at me then, the same smile that she would always give me when I was a child. I used to be comforted by the sight of it, but now it terrifies me. And the king, probably not better. Is he being fed? That was a question I had when I was talking to my mom about what was going on during stream. I was like, is the king actually being fed? I choked down the lump in my throat. He is gone. What the fuck you mean he is gone? He speaks... Okay. I thought you, like, killed him. I thought Hildary just finally had enough and was like, bye. Jesus. He speaks, he eats, but he is not here. At least he eats. At least his body lives, I suppose. If it were not clear in his actions, it is clear when I look into his eyes. He is right there, and yet I miss him. Really? You guys don't really know each other. He's a stranger. To all of us. Surprised you miss him. I suppose it's... missing anyone normal? Anyone who's not her mother or Varg? Or Mytheros? Is Mytheros still around? The frustration makes me restless. I stand up so that I can make my way toward the window and stare outside. I'm being ridiculous. Thank you. I mean, why should I miss him when he has been nothing but neglectful? That's a good point. But again, I do think it's a case of you don't have anyone else. He's the only one you could see, and so you miss him because nobody else is here. I've forgotten how he stopped caring about me when he invited his new family into the palace. He treasured them and his kingdom more than he ever loved me. He never valued me. And yet I would give anything to go back to how things had been. The weight on my shoulders and in my heart is overwhelming. The feeling only worsens when I turn my thoughts to another person. Fritz. With a sigh, I lean my forehead against the cold glass of the window. Varg said that Fritz is still fighting, so he must be in there. How can I help him? Fritz? Who? Before I can turn, someone clamps a hand over my mouth. The rest of my words are muffled. Who the fuck? Who the fuck? What the hell? This route has been kidnapping attempt after kidnapping attempt after kidnapping attempt. Jesus! Long time no see. Is this Delora? That voice. Holy shit, Julian! You are not the one I was expecting. Hey! Julian, what's up? That's right. Remain calm, princess. She slowly lowers her hand. I turn around and stare, surprised to see her here in my room. What are you doing here? She smiles and some of the weight in my heart lifts. We're on a rescue mission. We? Garland! At the moment, a man sidesteps the doorway, his footsteps cautious and soft. Garland? He does not turn completely, but cranes his neck to give me a soft smile. Glad to see you're safe, princess. I can barely believe that the two of them are standing here. It has been so long. We apologize for being late. We've been trying to get into the palace for the last few months, but the powerful shield has been keeping us from entering. Lady Parfait could easily destroy it, but it would have meant destroying the palace as well. The last thing we want is to cause panic among the people. Mytheros and Varg are crafty. They have been watching over the palace like hawks. It was difficult to speak with Prince Rod when he was being watched around the clock. Rod's still here? Where is Rod? I thought Rod and Emily escaped. Are they still here? They should not be here. Right? They're not here. we needed more time to make sure our rescue mission would not fail. Or are you guys talking about before? Like, is this a new rescue mission, or was this a part of the original rescue mission that we helped Rod and Emily escape? Okay, what's going on? Then how did you find your way inside? Lady Parfait managed to find a weak spot in the shield, but it's thin and only allows a few people to enter into the palace at one time. Garland and I know this place better than anyone. That's why we're here to rescue. Really? God, Delora and Waltz. I thought those two would have been sent in if you're thinking about who knows the palace best. I suppose Delora, for most of the time, she would have been a doll, so she could have explored everywhere. But Waltz not being here is a bit surprising. It has been years, I suppose. Delora and Lady Parfait wanted to come, but the shield easily... okay, so that's why Delora and Waltz couldn't have come then. Okay. Easily detects witches and fairies, but they're waiting for us at the Marchen, Princess. Was I meant to escape with Rod and Emily before? Yes, that was the only other plan we had, though it didn't go as expected when someone caught whiff of their plans and sent Varg out to kill them. So they tried to save me before and failed. Oh shit, I didn't think we'd have an option here. For those wondering, I am using a guide for Fritz and Waltz. I will be using a guide because I do not want to fuck up these guys' routes. Okay. Why did you come for me? They look at me, their expressions baffled. What? I cross my arms as I look at them. Why would you rescue someone you hate? Princess. Of course we come for you. You're part of the Marchen after all. What? Julian looks at me seriously. Let's go. Julian heads for the door, but stops when she notices I am not following her. Coming, Princess? How can the Marchen take me back after everything I've said and done? How could the Marchen accept me back? Do they even want me to return? I only realized I had spoken aloud when Julian answers me. Princess, we wouldn't... Okay, I fucked up. Princess, we wouldn't be here if that wasn't the case. We have to leave now. We're running out of time. I can think about this later. I nod and follow them out of my room. Julian leads the way, and I follow after her. Garland brings up the rear, his eyes alert as he constantly surveys our surroundings. The night around us is cold and still, but the quiet only makes me more anxious. Varg usually appears in situations like this. Is he not here? I suspect Varg is staying away. And I feel so useless having to be rescued like this. Garland reaches out to place a hand on my shoulder. We're almost out. I nod, not trusting my own voice. Shh. Garland stands at attention as we continue slowly moving forward. Eventually a figure moves to block our path. Who is it? And what is this? Who is this? Before I can move, Julian and Garland, however, already have their swords out. The deadly metal glitters in the gray glow of the moon. Oh shit, it's you! Fuck, kill him! Kill him, kill him, kill him! As long as not Varg, throw the swords. And here I thought the fairy had given up. Mitharos. Her voice is a low growl. It is full of malice. It is so full of malice. It makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand out on end. Let us pass. And if I do, where would you be taking the princess? Julian's shoulders tense. Garland glares at Mithras from behind her. I could lie, but it would be easier to just kill you. You're as bloodthirsty as ever. But unfortunately, I cannot allow your mischief to continue. Sir Mithras has just begun to raise his hand when Julian darts forward, her sword gleaming as she raises it to slice at his arm. Mithras howls, falling hard to the ground as he curls in on himself to cradle his injury. Go, quickly. The remaining quiet is all but shattered as we run away from Mithras. Though he is in pain, I can still hear his voice call out from behind us. Do not think this will be so easy, princess. I ignore him and keep running, not daring to look back. Run, Lucy, run. We've been running for a while now. My legs are beginning to go numb. Only a little longer, princess, and we'll be out. You're doing well. I can do no more than nod as I force myself to keep her. I swear to God, if they kill off these two. I love these two. Do not kill them. I love them. They're some of my favorite supporting side characters. Supporting side characters. Supporting characters. Sidecast. I don't know. Anyway, I love them. I am pathetic. I am slowing them down so much. There, I can see the exit. Watch out. Julian falls back to evade the explosion and bumps into me in the process. Moments later, however, she is once again standing at the ready with her sword. Garland sets his hands firmly on my shoulders to help me regain my balance. What was that? A familiar face emerges from the smoke. Her expression. Oh shit, this is. Okay. Luciette? Mother? I didn't want to believe, Mithras, but here you are. Princess, get back. Mother turns to face Julian and Garland, her expression full of contempt. I remember you, Julian Valentin? And you as well, Garland Belrot. You guys have hard names. I thought I was rid of Alacaster's pests. We do not work for Sir Alacaster. No, you and your pet have changed alliances. Have allegiances? That I might have been saying the wrong word entirely. Allegiances. Okay. What's with the hard words today? Haven't you? What? What did you call him? The smile on Mother's face is bright and cruel. It sends chills trailing down my spine. Is that not what he is? Mother casually waves a hand at Garland, who remains quiet. He follows you around like a lost puppy. He is so desperate for a scrap of affection that he would do anything for you, regardless of his own pride. Fuck you. But also, is she wrong? No, that's mean. Garland has free will. He just uses that free will to follow Julian around like a lost puppy. But he does have free will. Hilary, you're being cruel. Shut up. It is admirable how well he knows his commands. Stop it. Come, Garland. Bitch. Stop it. Sit, Garland. Oh my god. I hate Hilary. I hate her so fucking much. Oh my gosh. Hilary, you need to stop. Oh my. Good boy, Garland. I can't. Shut up. Julian, don't. But his words come too late. Julian rushes forward, her body nothing but a blur. Oh. Her teeth bared in savage hatred. Julian is fast, but Mother is faster. She raises her hand and sends Julian back with a terrible flash of light as Garland catches her. And you defend his honor as if he were some poor maiden. How pathetic. Garland's voice is soft as he steadies Julian. Julian, please. She's trying to get a rise out of you. I know that. Julian throws her hands off, a murderous look in her eyes as she glares at Mother. Mother remains in the same place, smiling that terrible smile of hers. She amused by this. Nothing more. Get the princess out of here, Garland. What are you saying? I'm not leaving you here. Once she's safe, come back for me. Julian finally turns to... Don't you dare murder them! I love them too much. Don't murder my boys. My babies. Don't you dare. A soft smile on her face. Trust me, Lan. There's a long moment of silence as the two of them gaze at each other. Unspoken words pass between them, and eventually, Garland caves. All right. Both of them tighten their grips on their swords. Are you done? Mother hasn't moved, but her presence in the small tunnel is overwhelming. Her magic smothers the very air. Julian sinks into her stance, her body loose and poised, seemingly unperturbed. Ready when you are. Julian, I swear to God, don't you dare die. Mother does not attack. Instead, she turns to face me with one graceful movement. Luciette, stop this nonsense. This is not the time for games. Be a good girl and go back to your room. Bitch! I feel like the latter half of this route has just been me saying that over and over again. But I really hate Hilary. I hate her so fucking much. For moments like this, I hate her manipulation. I hate that she was the one that corrupted Luciette and then has the nerve to say to Luciette, who's becoming more human, that she'll fix her. Like, she manipulates Luciette on every turn. She's a horrible mother. She's a horrible person. And I just hate her. I hate her. I hate her. I hate her. Which is why, Luciette, you should hate her too. Stand your ground. Dearest one. Don't call her that. I stand resolute and take strength from Garland's steady presence behind me. What Mother's doing is wrong. What she wants isn't right and has never been right. Good job. What she has done to the king and what she has done to Angelia. How am I meant to look at her the same way? My voice is quiet when I finally speak. No. What? I take a deep breath and look in her eyes. No, I will not return to my room. You can't ground me, Mother. I'm 18. Oh no, it's 16? Is it 16 or 18? I don't remember. Anyway. Mother's expression is unexpectedly calm as she looks at me. My own daughter would choose these traitors and liars over me? Is my love so inconsequential to you? You bitch, your love has never been. Your love has always been conditional. Has she ever truly loved me? Oh, Luciette. I know I just basically said that, but now's not the time for a crisis. Mother, if your love is what love is meant to be, I do not want it. Mother's not who I thought she was. When I look at her now, all I can see is what she truly is. Evil. Clearly, you've been corrupted during my absence. I suppose it must be the work of the infernal fairies. Never mind. Once I've destroyed each and every one of them, you will return to me, my daughter. She raises her hand and light curls around her fingers, but before she can cast her spell, Julian is at my mother's side. Julian's sword glints as it slices through air, then through mother's clothes. Oh, damn. Go. Princess, come on. But Julian, if we leave her alone... Garland pulls me away from my mother, and Julian, as their battle begins, I hear the dull clutter of metal as we run, and can see the flashes of light, even as we escape back the way we came. Wasn't the exit right there? Why are we here? Garland, we have not gone far when I force Garland to a stop. Garland! It's only when I grab his shoulder that he stops and turns to look at me. Princess, we cannot leave her there. Maybe I can convince Mother to let her go. Do you really think you can convince that? Hey! You shouldn't be saying it like that. Bitch, I'm a witch too. I can try. My job is to keep you safe. Mother has all the power of the Crystal 10 at her disposal. I force myself to say it. Julian will not last long. Garland, you have to know this too. Julian must know as well. Garland's jaw hardens as he stares at me. Not truly looking at me, but through me. Garland, please. We cannot let Julian die. Not when we might be able to do something about it. Garland stares at the ground, his expression conflicted. I know he cares for her, and that is why he must go back for her. Garland closes his eyes briefly. When he opened them, I know he has made his decision. Shit! When we return to the scene, the scene is very different. Blood splatters the tunnel walls, and Julian is on her knees, bent forward, her face away from us. No. Mother's nowhere to be seen. No. Julian! Garland is suddenly in front of me, mindlessly racing towards Julian. Julian! All at once, she seems to come alive. She gasps out for breath and coughs. Garland? What are you doing here? I told you to... Her voice wavers as Garland crouches down in front of her. He folds himself around her and pulls her gently to his chest. His eyes are shut tight as he buries his face in her hair. Julian chokes back a sob as she reaches up to hold him tightly. I exhale in relief. Both of them are alive and safe. Thank fuck, I love them. You idiot, I told you to get her out. The princess gave me permission to disobey an order. He lifts his head to smile back at me. She outranks you, Julian. At least as far as titles are concerned. Garland slowly guides her to her feet. What happened? The queen disappeared and Julian suddenly stops. We hear it at the same time. A terrible ripping sound. Like the air itself is being torn. I see the slither of the shadows and the unnatural light in the darkness, and suddenly, I realize what is happening. My panicking mind is only able to process everything that happens in slow motion. Don't you fucking dare. Don't you dare. I will cry. I might actually cry. Don't you dare. This is only chapter 8. Nobody could die yet. No. Chapter 10? Chapter 9? Yeah. Chapter 8? No. Mother appears behind Julian, posed to strike. Poised. Whatever. I could see the horror in Garland's eyes, then acceptance and determination. I try to cry out a warning, anything, but I can barely breathe. Garland pushes Julian toward me and out of the way as he rushes my mother. At the same time Garland pushes forward, Mother holds out her hand. It takes only a single heartbeat for her to play. Oh my god! No! Into Garland's chest. Garland! What a loyal pet, giving your life for hers. Garland's face crumples in on itself. Even from where I am, I can hear Mother twist her hand aside him. No! And how sad. Mother wrenches her bloodied hand out, and Garland falls to the ground. You fool. You didn't even tell her that you loved her. You! Julian rushes at my mother, a desperate cry of grief and rage escaping from her. Julian, no! She's too weak from her injuries. She can barely hold up her sword. I'm unable to speak or move as Julian rushes toward her own death. But Mother simply sidesteps, her expression disinterested as Julian falls to her knees. I was kind enough to kill him slowly for you, so you could say your goodbyes. Mother turns to face me. The blood drips from her hand down to her dress, where it congeals and oozes like black tar. Do you understand now, dearest one? This is what you have made me do. Fuck you and your manipulation! This is what I must do now to all those who have corrupted. No! You were the one who forced my hand. Don't forget that. Fuck you! For a moment, the air in the tunnel disappears and a terrible silence fills the darkness. By the time the air comes rushing back into my starved lungs, Mother is gone. The tunnel is empty. Lights flicker in the aftermath of her disappearance. The only thing I can hear apart from this rushing blood in my ears is Julian's sobs. Garland, no. I make my way slowly toward her. It is like wading through murky water. Julian is leaning over Garland and has his head on her lap. He's still breathing. Parfait can help him. When I crouch down, I see the open wound, oh my god, left behind. I swallow down the bile that rises in my throat, along with any of my words of comfort. Magic cannot fix this. Garland, please. I get down on my knees beside Julian. This is my fault. Don't cry. Garland. He smiles at her. It is a genuine smile that breaks my heart. Julian shakes her head. No, Garland, you can't. Julian, I love... His voice trails off as he closes his eyes, his breathing becoming more labored. He gasps out one last time before his body completely stills. You couldn't even say you? Oh! He couldn't even say you. It's just, Julian, I love... Oh, no. No. How dare. My baby. Garland. I bite down on my tongue and bow my head as Julian howls her loss into the silence of the blood-soaked tunnel. We spend some time with Garland in the tunnel. Julian shakes with a silent sobs as she grips his still body. But eventually, Julian gently removes Garland from her lap as she stands up. She takes his sword as she presses her hand to his face one last time. And then she turns and walks away from Garland's body with his sword clutched tightly in one hand. She grips her sword in the other. It takes all that I have to keep up with her. Julian, this is all my... Not now. Her voice is quiet, and all the more disturbing for it. This is all my fault. Luciette, Julian, oh god damn it, Waltz! Hi, this is not a good time. Waltz, what is he doing here? Waltz comes running up to us, his eyebrows seized with worry. I've been waiting so long, I was about to... He pauses, eyes flickering to the swords in Julian's hands. Why do you have Garland's sword? I don't know, ask why she's covered in blood. Garland's sword. Waltz's face pales. Where is he? Gone. What? Garland is gone. Her hands tighten on the sword she holds. For a few moments her shoulders slouch, but then she turns away abruptly and continues walking. Let's go. Waltz turns to me. They said it was going to be a simple in and out, so I let them go alone. What happened in there? What do I say? I suppose. We say the thing that she's been saying. I don't agree with this. Princess, I'm sure that's not true. I glare at Waltz as tears well up in my eyes. It was my fault. Waltz falls silent as he studies my face. Then he sighs before taking my hand. We'll sort this out at the Marchen. Come on. As soon as the Marchen doors close behind us, Julian collapses. Julian! Luckily, I'm close enough to catch one of her arms, and Waltz is fast enough to catch the other. Move her to the chair. Together, we manage to guide Julian to the chair. We set her down on it as gently as we can. I watch as she unfolds on her chair, and that is when I see the dark red slashes and tears in her clothing. Some of the wounds are open and visibly bleeding. She's still bleeding. Waltz pulls a cloth from his back pocket and hands it to me. Clean what you can. I'll get Lady Parfait and Rumple. He runs off, leaving me alone with Julian. It looks like she's bleeding everywhere. I steel myself and kneel by her side. Gently, I reach out and begin to wipe with the worst of it. I see. Julian moans, and I flinch in sympathy. I'm sorry. I feel a lump rise in my throat. I convinced Garland to go back. If I hadn't, he wouldn't have... Julian shifts slightly and to put her hand on my cheek. Her touch is cool and gentle. Julian? There's a softness in her gaze and unexplicable kindness in the touch of her hand. After a moment, Julian slowly nods and her eyes fall closed with a sigh. Wait, is she okay? Oh my god, are both of them gonna die here? No! I don't want either of them to die, but Garland's gone. Don't kill off Julian too. Julian? Julian! Waltz! She just closed her eyes. She's not speaking. She's not gonna die too, is she? Not if I have anything to say about it. Excuse me, princess. Rumple gently pushes me aside and I let him, hovering over his shoulder as he crouches to inspect Julian. Well, princess. Waltz steps beside me and gently places his hand on my arm. What? Rumple needs to work his magic now. And? So, why don't we get you something to drink? I'm not going to leave her. Princess, please. We should let Rumple work. I look back over my shoulder, watching how carefully Rumple attends to Julian. Okay. Waltz's hand acts as my lifeline as he helps me into the tavern area. My legs become weaker with each step. Hi, stranger. Now is not the time for jokes, Delora. Delora. I only realize that I'm running to her after I barrel into her. I bury my face into her shoulder as I suppress a sob. Delora's arms come around me, holding me tight as whatever calm facade I was holding up comes apart at the seams. Waltz, would you please go get those mugs? Of course. Delora leads me to one of the benches, one of her arms still around me. Blah, blah. Sorry, I'm in shock that Garland died. I'm just hoping Julian doesn't also die. So she can rub my back. Somehow, the simple gesture is helping me calm down. Luciette, are you hurt? I shake my head. Thank goodness for that. I stay in her embrace until Watts returns to place something on the table. How are we doing? I pull away reluctantly to rub at my eyes. I'm okay. Delora takes a mug and places it in my hand. Good, now drink. I do not question or raise the mug to my mouth. Hot chocolate. Delora made this for me before. I take a few deep swallows of the hot sweet liquid. Damn, hot chocolate actually sounds really good. Better? Yes. Luciette, can you tell me what happened? Mother found us in the tunnels. Julian told Garland to get me out. My throat threatens to close, but I force the words out. Mother is strong, and I thought Julian might not survive. So I convinced Garland to go back, and that's when I stare down at my mug, my hands trembling. It's my fault. It's all my fault. If I hadn't convinced Garland to go back, Mother wouldn't have killed him. The silence in the tavern is deafening. Finish your hot chocolate, Luciette. I obey without a word. Everyone is going to be so angry with me. It is my fault Garland is dead. It is my fault Julian is injured. Have you heard about your stepfamily? I know they're gone. Are they dead as well because of me? Hey, don't look at me like that. I'll have you know that I had used blah 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 blah. I'll have you know that I had to use a sleeping spell on Prince Rod and Princess Emily earlier. They heard about what Julian and Garland were going to do tonight. I don't think I would have been able to stop them from coming along on the rescue mission otherwise. What? You got them out, Princess. Varg would have killed them if you hadn't stepped in. The Queen was already waiting at the end of the tunnel on the day the Prince and Princess escaped. Alacaster must have somehow gotten wind of the escape plan, which is why he had Varg try to eliminate them then and there. Security tightened more after that day. Oh, thank goodness. We've been worrying about you ever since you left. Well, ever since you stormed out all those months ago. Dolores smiles sad as she reaches up to push my hair out of my face. None of this was your fault, Luciette. If anything, it was mine. Mine and Parfait's for letting this happen. We tried to help you escape, but we couldn't break the shield around the palace in fear of putting everyone inside in danger. That's why we had to wait. We never thought we'd have to worry about Hildery being revived. And though we would have liked to save you outside of the palace, that's right. I was out of the palace more than a couple of times. Once with Varg, another with Mother. We couldn't put the lives of others in danger when Hildery was right there. She would have killed the citizens. Civilians would work too. Even if I had wanted to escape the day I was with Varg, he wouldn't have let me. I grip my now empty mug. Princess, I understand how you feel, and I know it's difficult, but frankly, we have bigger fish to fry. I think you realize now what kind of person Hildery is. I do. Then you know what we have to do. I know too well what it is we must do. In fact, I knew this was bound to happen sooner or later. I started this. I do not know if I can fix everything. I do not know if I can save Angelia. But no matter how long it might take, I must make things right. So glad I have my stuffed animals. They're very helping with the emotional roller coaster this has been so far. I finally look up at Delora and nod. We have to stop Mother. Oh shit, that was chapter 8? Okay. A lot fucking happened. Chapter 9. Rebellion. Because of the severity of Julian's wounds, Rumpel decided he would bring her to the nearest clinic so she could could be better cared for. Anis decided to go with him, and surprisingly, Ophelia and her children all opted to go as well. Now the only ones left here at the tavern are me, Delora, Waltz, and Karma. Oh shit, hi Karma! They may not say it, but I'm sure they're blaming me for what is happening to Angelia right now. I need to make things right. I close my eyes as a sudden bout of dizziness comes over me. Mother has always been the person that mattered most to me. I never questioned or disobeyed her because she was so important. She was my light in the days that were often so dark. Yeah, because she manipulated you so many times. You thought you only had her. And that's so... poor Luciette. The worst part is her not having her memories. Right? We're told her mother took all memories of her being a witch. But I think it goes deeper than that. I think her mother took all memories of anyone being kind to Luciette. Because she wanted to isolate her. And she succeeded in that. Poor Luciette had no idea. I mean, she knows now. She's more aware of, like, damn, my mother fucking evil. Yeah. I will say I still stand by the fact that I do think Hilary loves Luciette. But I don't think it's in a way a mother should love her child. I think it's in a, I love Luciette because she makes a wonderful puppet. I love Luciette for what she could bring me. I love Luciette because she is my successor. And not, I love Luciette because she's my daughter and I wish the best for her. Type of way. There we go. I was trying to open my drink and I failed. Oh, shit. Oh, the microphone tried to roll away. Okay. Everyone good? Alright. But I have no choice. If Mother isn't stopped, who knows how many more lives will be lost. The only way to stop Mother is to kill her, isn't it? I'm sorry, but this really is the only way. Okay, so I called this. I called that, Hilary would have to be cared. Blah, 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 blah. Hilary would have to be killed. I knew that much. And no much other than that. Mostly because Hilary had lived, then Evermore probably wouldn't exist, at least in Fritz's route. But that means... Is Alacaster dead? I don't remember if Alacaster was killed earlier, or is he dead now, or... I don't know. Anyway, I think Alacaster's probably dead. I had a feeling those two would be killed in this route as antagonists. But I really don't know how she's going to be killed. Hilary, that is. It's going to be interesting. Yes, I know. But I do not think I could kill her myself. Delora has a knowing look in her eyes, and as she turns to address Waltz. We'll leave as soon as Parfait comes back from her meeting with the fairies. If you can fully use your magic, then we might actually stand a chance. Magic? What are you talking about? Waltz is just a street musician. What help could he be? Oh yeah, this is the route where you don't know shit. Welcome to the knowing shit. Don't underestimate a musician. Waltz is a witch and a lot stronger than he looks. Waltz is a witch? You know I have the Neverland curse. Yes. I do not know that fairy tale, but what does that have to do with anything? Your mother was the witch that cursed me. What? But Waltz, you are also a witch. How can you be cursed? Your mother is the Ten Bearer, which means she has the power to punish all witches if she chooses. As to why he was cursed, Waltz's expression darkens. Hilary needed to be stopped. I knew I couldn't defeat her alone, so I enlisted the help of the fairies. I betrayed her, and she punished me before she died. Well, didn't die. Unfortunately. Waltz almost single-handedly brought about the end to the Great War. He is the reason we've been enjoying this peace for as long as we have. I never knew. Yeah, because she took all your memories of him, too. Of course, you can only imagine how displeased Hilary was with Waltz. Hilary stole my shadow and sealed it away in Neverland. Your shadow? We really need to work on your fairy tale knowledge one of these days, Princess. Peter Pan is a boy who lives in Neverland, which is a place where children never grow up. Waltz's curse means he's been frozen in a child's body since Hilary cursed him all those years ago. He cannot grow up and he cannot use any magic. Well, I can still do some spells, but only simple, harmless ones. For Waltz to get his magic back, he needs to find Tinkerbell, which is the key to Neverland. We need to unlock his shadow. But all this time you've never found Tinkerbell or Neverland? I've looked everywhere I can think of. I'm sure she has cast a spell on it to make it even more difficult to locate. Even in the palace. Dolores snorts and suddenly I feel embarrassed. Oh, of course not. Why would Waltz look in the palace first? Shut up, Dolores. I mean, especially considering Hilary is the queen and has numerous secret chambers for things she wants to keep hidden. Looking through the entirety of the palace for a small box might be difficult. Neverland is the box left to me by my parents. It was made of gold with carvings that resemble a pair of wings. What? Oh my god, we're getting the reveal here? Okay. Hello, chat. Remember that box we found in Rumpel's route? Yeah. That might be, just slightly, Neverland. Waltz jumps at my sudden reaction. Princess? That box. I'd forgotten about it, but I can vaguely remember an old box in my room that matches that description. Mother left me a trinket box and a key that matched that description. She told me to never touch the box or let anyone see it. I've had it for years. All this time, Tinkerbell and Neverland were with you? I never knew what was inside. I was too afraid to disobey Mother's orders. The thought of her giving you that box never even crossed my mind. But now thinking back, it makes sense. I want to ask him what he means, but we're running out of time. Yeah, we don't get to learn about that part. There's more to the fact that Hilary gave the box, gave Neverland and Tinkerbell to Lucette. But we don't learn about that here. That is a Waltz-only route. That is, we find out why with Waltz. I will have to ask him about it at a later time. I can get Neverland and Tinkerbell to you. I can return your magic. With Waltz back to his true form, we may have a fighting chance at this. So what do we do first? We? There is no we in this, Lucette. Only us. But you just said I could help. It is too dangerous, Princess. But I am the only one who knows where to find the box. Then you will tell us where it is, and we'll retrieve it. It is as simple as that. I scowl at her with my arms crossed. I refuse to stay here and be useless while everyone else puts themselves at risk saving Angelia. Angelia is this way because I brought back Mother. I must take responsibility. And I will not let anyone else die at Mother's hands. Lucette, Mother is less likely to harm me. I have a better chance of getting Neverland and Tinkerbell without causing disturbance. How can you say that after what's already happened? You're not safe either, Lucette. Uh. Uh. Well then. That's not good. No sooner has she said the words that a terrible blast echoes through the margin. I know you. I know you. I walked with you once upon a dream. I'm sorry. Once upon a dream just came to my mind. I was like, okay. Oh, this is not the happy love story. Is Sleeping Beauty a happy love story? Depends on how you look at it, I suppose. Anyway, hi, you. I cough as smoke envelops the tavern. A silhouette emerges in front of us, and I feel my blood turn cold when I realize who it is. Varg. Just when I thought I was safe, Varg reappears. Oops. I always forget how powerful this thing can get. Where previously there had been a wall made of stone, sturdy and strong, there is now a sizable hole. Remnants of brick and stone collapse inward in the aftermath. The dust rises to settle around Varg's feet, where he stands casually twirling his cane. Hope I'm not disturbing anything, but all the doors were locked. Karma! Karma? Delora and I turn and glance at the wall behind us where Waltz is. Karma is standing there, injured. His forehead has a large gash, and one of his arms is limp and useless. He still manages to tightly grip the hilt of his sword with his other hand. Where did Karma come from? I would have appreciated you destroying less property when you knocked on the tavern door. And I would have appreciated it if you had gotten out of my way when I asked politely, so I wouldn't have to resort to explosions. Seems both of us are disappointed. Varg. What do you want, Varg? I think it's pretty clear what he wants. Don't we already know the answer to that question? Come on. Varg turns to look at me expectantly. I thought the stolen goods would be brought here. What did you just call me? Karma lets out a harsh laugh. Has no one told you that women do not like being imprisoned against their will? Oh, he's aware. Luciette's already cried. It's okay. He knows. Has no one told you, people, that it's not good to steal? I am not an item to be stolen or imprisoned. I ball my hands into fists. I cannot let Varg hurt anyone here. I have no idea if this will work. But if Fitz truly is fighting, then he must be able to hear my voice. Fitz. Varg growls, his eyes bright and angry as he glares at me. You need to give up on him, Princess. Never. Fitz, I know you're still there. No matter what you say, nothing will change. Fitz is gone. Adiva. He won't. Varg chokes on his words and doubles over. You are being very annoying. Did it work? Out the corner of my eye, I notice Karma preparing attack while Varg is momentarily weakened. But something does not feel right. Karma, stop! What? Get the princess away from here. What's happening? That voice. Fitz! Despite the fact that Varg is standing before me, it is most certainly Fitz looking at me through these eyes. Please. I do not know how long I can hold him here. You all need to get out while you still can. You need to keep the princess safe. Keep her away from the palace. Waltz, get her out of here now. No! I dodge Waltz's reaching hands as I attempt to run towards Fitz. Keep her safe. Please. Now. No, don't hurt him! Karma runs forward, his sword raised just as Waltz grabs my hand and pulls me out of the way. No! Time slows as I watch Varg slowly come back to coherence. His lips curl into a snarl as he begins to bring his cane to the floor. Tora throws her hands out and the collected light racing toward Varg. Varg stumbles back, his cane never hitting the floor. Varg growls as he glares up at Delora. Witches are so inconvenient. Unfortunately, Delora is not the only inconvenience in this room. Varg raises his cane to block Karma's next swing. Touché. Or, it's just not touché. Sorry. Waltz grabs my hand and tugs. We have to go, princess. I glance back at Karma and Delora. There must be something I can do. Like hell we're following you! Help them. I don't even know if that's the right choice. Oh, it is. Okay. My eyes drift toward Varg's cane. The cane is the source of his magic. If I can get it away from him, then Delora and Karma will stand a chance. With a renewed determination, I run toward Varg. I love Waltz like, what the fuck? Princess! I barrel past Karma and hit Varg square in the gut with my shoulder, forcing him backwards onto the... Fuck. I barrel past Karma and hit Varg square in the gut with my shoulder, forcing him backwards into the ground. I manage to twist the cane away from him and clutch it as Varg raises and begins to advance toward me. No time for games. Give it back. No. You really are nothing without your cane, aren't you? For a moment, there is only silence as Varg freezes. I cannot read the expression on his face. What is he thinking? Varg breaks the silence when he bursts out laughing. It is a sound that heralds certain chaos. The cane is not my only weapon. I watch as Varg slips a dagger out from his sleeve. And what are you going to do with that little thing? Poke me? Who said anything about you? Oh my god, I forgot about this. You unhinged bastard. You unhinged bastard. With a smirk, Varg brings the dagger to his neck. This dagger is more than enough to do some damage to the princess's favorite knight. No! Now that is definitely cheating. This is ridiculous. You share a body. You'll end up hurting yourself as well. Varg shrugs, and I cannot tell if he is really unconcerned or pretending to be. I'll do whatever it takes. Varg smiles at me. In this light, his teeth appear to be gleaming and sharp like his fangs. Now give me back my cane and do precisely as I tell you, or the boy dies. I stand still. I cannot look away from Varg's gaze, which is bright with triumph. If Fritz dies, you die as well. Are you not afraid of death? I was never really alive to begin with. I'm just a bit of Fritz's mind given independence. This body isn't mine, so I can destroy it and not feel a thing. It will be Fritz that suffers. Princess, don't listen to him. You know it's a trap. I know Waltz is telling the truth. I can see it on the look on Varg's eyes. I know Waltz is telling the truth. I can see it in the look on Varg's face. I grip the cane tighter to me. Varg is lying to me. He will definitely suffer, but he is also serious about hurting Fritz. And I cannot let that happen. Now, do as you're told, little princess. Don't be stupid, Luciette. You'll leave everyone here alone. Varg nods, amusement flickering in his eyes. As my princess commands. Princess, don't. I'm so sorry. But just as I start to move toward Varg, a bright light shines out from behind me. Delora? A shield of light pushes forward past me, shoves Varg back and out the hole he made in the wall. I turn, barely able to believe what I see. Parfait! She comes to stand in front of me. Listen closely, we don't have much time. Parfait's eyes flicker to Varg, who is shifting ever so slightly in the rumple. Even I can tell he is only temporarily out of commission. Tomorrow, midnight, meet us at the palace gates. Bring Neverland and Tinkerbell with you. But do you understand? Yes, ma'am. We got you. I falter as I imagine what Parfait could possibly be planning. But I have no time. I can read nothing in her gaze. There's nothing else for me to do but nod in understanding. Yes, I understand. Parfait smiles at me as she caresses my cheek with a gentle hand. I have faith in you, princess. We all do. You'll be fine. Parfait. Parfait grabs me by his shoulders and forcibly pushes me toward Varg. He catches me, his hands firmly gripping my shoulders as I careened into him. Keep her safe, Fritz. Varg flinches. He's inhaling and getting ready to speak when the air around us suddenly thins and we are swallowed by light. When I am able to breathe again, I open my eyes and see that I am back at the palace. Did Parfait transport us? I become aware that Varg still has his hands on my shoulder, and I wrench free from his grip. Strange that your friends would actually send you back here with me. Seems like they need you to retrieve something from the palace. Varg reaches out, snatches his cane from my hands. I'm not letting you leave the palace again, princess. The palace is eerily silent, as if none of the chaos that just transpired ever happened, like it was all a dream. I ignore Varg and walk back through the gates as I suffocate the seething turmoil inside of me. Just try and stop me. I slam my bedroom door behind me and lock it. It has only been a few hours since I was here. Since Julian and Garland. Damn. I close my eyes and will the memories away. Now is not the time. I must keep my promise to Parfait. I began to search through my drawers. I've could have sworn this is the last place I saw Neverland Tinkerbell. There it is. Tinkerbell! Tinkerbell, an elaborate gold key, is exactly where I remember leaving it. I place it carefully underneath my lamp, so as to keep it hidden from sight. But where's Neverland? I nearly turn my room upside down looking for it, but I never find the golden box. It should be here. Why isn't it here? My body is heavy after all that transpired today, and I soon find myself collapsed on my bed. It'll be fine. I have until midnight tomorrow to find it. I'll continue looking in the morning. Fitz, baby, it's been so long. No, he's gone too soon. My sleep is broken and disjointed, so when dawn comes filtering through my windows, I'm already half awake. I pull myself out of bed and rub at my eyes. Could not be me. I need to find Neverland. I retrieve Tinkerbell from where I hid in it and slip the key into my pocket. Then, with renewed determination, I continue my search. Why isn't it here? It should have been right next to Tinkerbell. I feel I would remember had I moved it. But I did drop Neverland months ago, didn't I? I'd been meaning to get it fixed, but I always forgot. But it's not here, which means someone must have taken it. But who? Would Mother or Mytheros have taken it? Where should I look? Oh shit. Okay. Throne room. Thankfully, when I get to the throne room, it is empty. But where do I even begin to look? Out the corner of my eye, I notice something sparkle from the throne. I rush towards the throne and am unable to believe my dumb luck. Neverland! The box is definitely there, sitting right in front of me. I found it. But why is it just sitting there? Something feels off. Well, if it isn't my disobedient daughter. I reach out and snatch Neverland and hold it to my chest. I have to keep Neverland and Tinkerbell safe. No matter what. I'm glad to see one of my servants is capable. Still, I wonder why Varg did not report his success in retrieving you. Varg did not tell her? I shall have a word with that cur. Okay. Mother walks towards me. I was not amused when you left the palace, Luciette, but I thought that sooner or later, Faye would send you here to retrieve something. You are a very good girl for keeping that box safe, as I told you to. But I see it was a mistake to leave it here while I was attending to Mithros' reports. I clenched Neverland tighter. This does not belong to you. Mother's voice is ice cold when she speaks. Oh? You hurt me so much last night. I hope you're not planning on leaving me again. I know you're hurting too, dearest one. I know you want to stay here with me. Mother sighs, and suddenly I see the mother from my memories, the one that held me close and sung me to sleep at night. If Faye hadn't interrupted you, would be so much happier. Fayette? Once upon a time, she was a dear friend. We were like sisters until she betrayed me. She is no doubt going by a different name in order to hide her true nature from you. But, now you know. You know that she is pulling you from your birthright. You were happier when you could not remember, weren't you? What? Oh, my darling. Mother reaches for me, and I cannot move as she sets a hand on my cheek. I've only ever wanted to protect you, Luciette. I've only ever wanted the best for you. Mother gently runs a hand through my hair. I sacrificed so much so that my daughter could be a crown princess. What? I did not want to erase your memories, but I knew it would hurt you if you knew my true nature. I knew how sad you would be if you knew just how much your father did not love us, either of us. And all because of his ridiculous love for that wretched harlot and her whelps, the very same commoner he married after I was gone, the woman he sought to marry from the start. Ophelia? The king has loved Ophelia for so long? Yeah, that's the craziest part about Rod's curse. To be honest, is from Rod's perspective, the king fell in love with his mother and married her. And from other perspectives, no, he always loved Ophelia, but we don't know if he would have married her had Rod's curse not gotten them together again. Because I feel like Gennaro wouldn't have remarried at all because Luciette, but Rod's curse kind of forced his hand, so he ended up marrying Ophelia. But he's not unhappy about the decision. It's just well, now this wasn't in the plan. this wasn't supposed to happen. Okay. Isn't that unbelievable? That he was still so loyal to her, even after he had me. I should have made good on my threat and just killed her, regardless of whether Gennaro did as I demanded. But he always hated witches, which is why he was so cruel to you, and why he was so cruel to both of us. Dearest one, we only have each other, so it was, and so it will be. I am the only one that will never hurt you, the only one you will ever need to love and obey. Your longing for anyone else, your memories of anyone else, they are all unnecessary. Now be a good girl and listen to your mother. Fuck that. Okay, well, actually. Yeah, okay, no, I'm right. Fuck that, it's the correct answer. Refuse. I flinch away from Mother's reaching hand. Mother hurt the king. She hurt so many people. She killed Garland. No. What did you say about me? You know what I kind of want? I actually might want to make it myself, to be honest. I want the, Mother Knows Best and Mother's Knows Best reprise with Hildery and Luciette. Because, like, Mother Gothel and Hildery share a lot in common. Granted, Luciette is Hildery's biological daughter, but she still manipulates the hell out of her. And the Mother Knows Best reprise with... I feel like... Waltz's route would make the most sense. Like, when in Mother Knows Best, the reprise, there's the line of, then go ahead and give him this. This is why he's here. Don't let him deceive you. I feel like that could be Hildery tossing Neverland at Luciette. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, I would make it myself because I just think it'd be so cool to make it, and it fits them very well, their relationship. What did you say to me? I cannot let her hurt anyone else. No. Mother's eyes glitter as light begins to collect on her palms. What? I can only bear your disobedience for so long, Luciette. It seems you require disciplining. Mother raises her hands, the light reflecting the cruelty in her gaze that I am all too familiar with. Knowing that I cannot outrun her, I turn my back and hold Neverland to my chest. I must protect Neverland. The air crackles and I brace myself for whatever Mother might unleash. I feel a hand on my back and I am pushed away. I fall down on the ground hard. What was that? You. Delora! Did you miss me? Delora! How did you get in here? I had some help. Princess! Fitz! Oh my god, the baby! Fitz! Fitz runs towards me and holds out his hand to help me up. Fitz! I thought I'd lost you. It's only for a second, but he pulls me close to him in a hug. I would never leave you. Fitz's arms tighten around me briefly before he releases me. We both turn to face Mother. You were going to hurt her. Your own daughter. This is no concern of yours. And even if it was, what could you hope to achieve? Hilder's not going to give a fuck. I mean, Fitz Sir Alacaster didn't give a fuck. You're so much weaker than the wolf. So much weaker than Varg. Fitz's body stiffens. Even now, you only cling to a shred of control. Tell me, Sir Fitzgerald, how much longer until you are completely erased? He was strong enough to resist Varg, so much he was able to get me in here past your guards and your barriers. I think that makes Fitz plenty strong. I do not recall giving the traitor permission to speak. Don't think I have forgotten how you betrayed me, Delora. I haven't forgotten anything either, Hildery. What? 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 Who is this? Leah? I'm gonna call her Leah. Leah? No, Leah. was only a child. Her fate was entirely your doing. No. 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 Who? Who are you talking about? Leah was my daughter. Delora, I'm so sorry. I didn't remember this. I've never heard Dolores speak of a child. I'd always opposed Hildary's actions. I disagreed with her creation of the fairy tale curse from the beginning. But when I voiced my opinions out loud, she targeted my daughter. She killed her in front of me. Hildary! No. No. Bad woman. Bad. Suddenly everything in the room is still. The two women glare at each other, but neither one moves. Neither one of them moves. You were not there when our kind were being hunted and slaughtered like animals in their own homes. I am the Ten Bearer. I felt each of their deaths like they were my own. Retribution was necessary, but you, being so holy, so good. It took little Leah's death for you to understand the anguish of our brethren, to comprehend my anguish. I would not have killed her if you were not so blind. She was only 10, and she suffered for your weakness. Delora holds out her arm and sweeps it across the room, lightning traveling up her arm. Fitz tugs me around one of the columns and then presses my back into the coolness of the pillar. He holds himself against me, acting as a shield. Don't move. The ground shakes as Delora releases her spell. You think you can defeat me when you haven't even been training? How foolish. Please, I have no intention of defeating you. Fitz. Cover your ears, princess. Too confused to question him, I obey. I hear the sound of lightning cackling in the air, followed by an explosion. The column comes crashing down on the other side of the room. Time to go. Fitz's hand tightens around mine. We run out of the throne room with Delora as Mother's screech sounds through the room behind us. Are you okay? Yes, I'm all right. I'm just so glad you're here. See, what did I tell you? What are you talking about? Your knight here was scared that you wouldn't want to see him anymore after what happened yesterday. Fitz's fingers tighten over my own. If only I was strong enough to fight Varg, I could have. It wasn't your fault, Fitz. But what matters is that you are here now. Fitz looks at me and smiles. How did you know where I would be? Intuition. Intuition. And magic. Well, yes, and magic. Do you have Tinkerbell? I hold Neverland in one hand as I reach with my others to search for the key in my pocket. Thankfully, my fingers still brush against the cool metal. It's in my pocket. Good. Very good. Whatever happens, you must get Neverland and Tinkerbell to the Marchant, okay? I nod my head. That's a good girl. Parfait said to be here at midnight. What time is it? We're too early. Sometimes Parfait is early too. Looks like tonight is not one of those nights, though. Looks like my coming early is both a blessing and a setback. She's using the name Parfait. How sweet. Fitz steps in front of me as Mother reappears in front of us. Stay behind me. Fitz, I would never forgive myself if you got hurt. Please stay behind me. Fitz smiles gently at me, and my chest aches at the sight. Everything will be all right, I promise. I promise I'll protect you. I know you will. Parfait. Not Parfait. That is not Parfait's name. Fitz, Lucette must make it out at all costs. I do not like the sound of that. And you must understand why I cannot let you take my daughter from me. Oh, you took mine. Dolores' hands begin to glow. Perhaps this time Lucette shall watch you die, Delora. No! Well, you can try to kill me, but your chances are slim. I have a very good knight with me, and I think he likes me more than he likes you. That can be remedied. Mother flicks her wrist. Delora holds out her own hand as if to prepare for the impact of a spell, but the magic never comes. Mother's not aiming for Delora. With a gasp, Fritz drops his sword and falls to his knees. Fitz! Come along, Varg. I won't let you. That's when I realize Mother is calling for Varg. Her hand twists in the air, manipulating Fitz's body to copy its movements. His body writhes and turns as he struggles to remain himself. Now. No, Fitz! Princess, I'm sorry, but I can't. Fitz looks at me one last time before a familiar darkness envelops his body. No, goddammit! Fitz! Now, Varg, be a good dog and get Lucette back to her room. When Varg appears, he is standing absolutely still, his eyes surveying everything calmly. There's intensity to them, but it is sharp and contained. I flinch back from Varg's bright eyes. No. Varg, you were going to hurt her. What? Oh, hell yeah! You were going to hurt her. Pardon? I do not intend to obey someone who would hurt the princess. Mother hisses in annoyance. I do not know how you inspire such loyalty, Lucette, but it is very inconvenient. Mother flicks her wrist, and a responding light flares out from behind her. My queen. Great reinforcements. I order you to restrain your pet, Mitharos. At once, my queen. Varg extends his hand toward Varg, and the minute he does, Varg's body stiffens and he grits his teeth. I always make sure I have control over any of my creations. This is not going as planned. Do you think? You had a plan? Now, my darling. My hands shake and Neverland nearly tumbles out of my hands as I struggle not to collapse. Since you have become so tainted by the thoughts of these people have put into your head, I shall have to start all over again. Don't be afraid. Cleansing your memories will not hurt. And when you wake, you will be my daughter again. My dearest one. Mother reaches out her hand toward me. Every fiber of my being screams at me to move, but my feet are heavy, and I'm shaking so hard I cannot stand straight. I do not want to forget anything or anyone anymore. What? Behind me, the clock tower begins to chime. Not on my watch. Delora quickly runs in front of me and casts a protective shield. Delora, you can't. I will not let her erase any of your memories, Lucette. I brace myself for impact, and I feel the ground shudder as Mother's spell comes in contact with Delora's shield. A loud crack emanates from Delora's shield as it begins to crack. An offensive spell? You're going to kill your own daughter? Delora's words fade when we see another spell coming toward us. I hear a low laugh rise from Mother's throat. Goodbye, Delora. Lucette, run. Delora! I cough as clouds of smoke slowly fade away after the impact. My whole body feels as hollow as ice as I gaze at the sight before me. Dolores' body lies on the floor in front of me, unmoving. Holy shit. How many deaths in that route has that been? That's been a shit ton of deaths. Oh god. I collapse to the ground, my vision blurry as I stare numbly at Dolores' limp figure. No, this cannot be. I reach out to touch her and sharply inhale when I feel how cold and clammy her skin is. No, Delora! Always conjure another shield after being hit by a powerful spell. Have you forgotten your lessons, traitor? Now she can finally reunite with her daughter. You bitch! Neverland tumbles out of my grasp as I grab Dolores' arm to shake her. No, Delora, please! She's still breathing. She can be saved. She cannot die like this. A bright light appears before me, and suddenly Parfait is standing right in front of me. Hilary, what have you done? Say it. It's been a while. Parfait addresses me without looking back. Princess, do you have Neverland? Yes. I reach blindly for Neverland with one hand as I keep the other on Dolores' arm. A warm hand settles on my shoulders. The touch is comforting and familiar. Have faith, Princess. I will not allow you to leave, Fairy. Mithras casts his magic, but Parfait easily deflects it. She moves to cast a spell in retaliation, but doubles over as soon as the spell flares out of her. Out around her. Okay, I was like, I feel like I missed a word there. I did. Ugh. You are fading, Fayette. The Lucius itself is fading with you. My eyes lock with Varg's, and for a moment I see Fitz through him. I see his lips move, but whatever words he speaks to me are mute. He shakes his head. Light begins to engulf me, and I see nothing apart from Dolores' pale face on my lap. I do not move, even when the marching walls come into existence around me. The place is devoid of its usual warmth. Delora, she's not responding. I fight down the rising grief and try to remain calm as I turn to Parfait. Please save her. Save her! Parfait glances down at Delora, eyes glossy, and as if she is hiding her emotions behind a frigid mask. I see that her mask is a reflection of my own. Any moment now, it will fade away, and I will be able to see her tears. Princess. The spell that Hilary used was a powerful one. There's nothing I can do. The air in the margin seems to leave all at once. No, that's not true. You have to... Luciette. Delora? She does not move. Her eyes are still closed as she speaks. Luciette. I am sorry, but I cannot stay. No, don't say that. I have been lucky. Hilary took my Leah, but I got you in return. I like to think my daughter would have grown up to be someone like you. Delora, I believe in you, Luciette. I have always believed in you. You cannot leave, Delora. I won't let you leave. Sorry, that laugh is because, like, I'm on the verge of tears as well. No, I mean, in Rumpel's route, we lost Parfait. In this route, we're losing Delora. What the fuck? No. Though Delora's body does not move, I can feel the energy of her body slip through my fingers like sand. Her body slowly begins to fade away, until only speckles of glittering golden dust remain. A terrible prickling cold seeps into my heart and chest. Then the frigidness envelops my whole body. I cannot breathe. It is only when a teary-eyed Parfait pulls me into a hug that I realize my throat is raw and that I have been screaming in grief. I do not remember being tucked into bed. There is silence in the dark night, and I can feel the absence of Delora like a hole in my chest. Sleepless hours tick by in a haze until the morning sun creeps through the window. Luciette, You didn't get any sleep, did you? I shake my head. I wish I could give you time to grieve. She died protecting me. I cover my face with my hands. Hot tears that I thought had dried begin to pouring from my eyes again. Both of them, Garland and Delora, died because of me. This is my fault. If only I was strong enough, I could have... No, Princess. If it is anyone's fault, it is mine. Both Delora and Parfait keep owning up to this blame, but do either of them deserve any of it? Your mother and I were like sisters once. I couldn't bring myself to hurt her. Because of that, I didn't act in time to save her from the Ten's corruption. If you are seeking anyone to blame, blame me. I am responsible for all of this needless pain, all because I could not stop Hildery. I was too afraid, and now I am too weak. What could you have done? Mother is... I do not think anything can stop Mother. The Lucius and Ten are inextricably linked to each other and to their bearers. The crystals cannot exist without each other. If one is destroyed, so is the other. What are you saying? We can stop Hildery if we destroy the Lucius. That would destroy the Ten as well. Parfait, that's insane. This world has suffered from magic for 3 centuries. Maybe it is more bad than good. Perhaps the only solution is to remove the source of it forever. But Mother only survived because she was in the Ten Bearer. She lived so long because the Ten exists. If the Ten is destroyed, Hildery should die. So you're suggesting we destroy the Ten through destroying the Lucius? Parfait smiles at me, but I find no comfort in it. I will only say it is my time. You cannot be serious. There has to be another way. There's already been so much suffering. Delora and Garland did not die so you could give up your life as well. I'm not saying we make the decision now. After what happened with Varg, I have strengthened the March's defenses and added a glamour. For now, we are safe here. Breakfast will be ready soon. Join us when you are able. The others will need to know what happened last night. There must be another way to stop Mother. There has to be. By the time I make it to the dining area, the food is cold. I am not surprised by the state of the food, but seeing Waltz in a grown-up body is definitely shocking. Ugh, grown Waltz! Oh, Princess. Waltz quickly makes his way over towards me and kneels down. He looks almost like a knight, though he's lacking the armor. Thank you for breaking my curse. At least I was able to do something good, but still... Princess? I do not notice the tears rolling down my cheeks until he calls my title softly. Oh, what's this? Waltz the Big has made the princess cry. No, it isn't Waltz. Delora believed I could accomplish 3 good deeds, and yet I... You like hot chocolate, right, darling? I'll get the mugs. Oh, the boys. This hurts. The boys are like, no, let us comfort you. Oh, I love that even in routes you don't romance them, the other love interests are still friends with Luciette. They still wish to encourage her and support her any way they can, platonically. And that's so fucking sweet, especially in a situation like this, where most of Luciette's support has fucking died on her. So this is sweet. Gently, Waltz leads me to a bench and sits next to me. Parfait hasn't told them what happened to Delora yet. All of them are smiling at me, trying to cheer me up, but how can I possibly smile now? I need to tell you all something. Hot chocolate first, talking later. You look pale, like you didn't sleep at all last night. And have you even eaten recently? Now I think about it. No, I haven't. Rod, who I hadn't even realized was back at the Marchand, stiffly stands up from his chair and walks away. He was here this whole time, just listening quietly. Even Rod, the asshole! He cares. He just doesn't show it. Did I say something wrong? Walt smiles at me as he pats my shoulder. We've sent a niece to look after Julian, so it's just us at the Marchand. Rod's been taking care of meals, so he's probably going to get you something to eat. But why? Rod has never liked me. You saved his family from Varg, Princess. I doubt he minds cracking a few eggs for you. Rod comes back into the room and places utensils and a plate in front of me. It's filled with toast and scrambled eggs. I know it's not much, but you need to eat. I have no appetite, but he is right. I pick up my fork and stab a few eggs to try. This is good. Thank you. No problem. My God, them getting along. Oh. Suddenly, I am incredibly aware of how famished I am. I shovel the rest of my food in my mouth eagerly. I am eating the last remnants of my toast when Rumple comes back into the room, holding far too many mugs for one person to manage. And I now present you with hot chocolate a la Rumple. Waltz jumps up to save the several mugs from Rumple's precarious hold. Ah, hot chocolate. How lovely. I knew this would happen, so I made plenty. Waltz and Rumple place the mugs on the table. Rumple counts them all of them. 5, 6, wait. Where's Lady Delora? The fork I am holding clatters to the plate. It is the only sound in the suddenly quiet room. Delora passed away last night. What? The atmosphere shifts. Everyone is openly frowning, their eyes filled with regret. So the night ended up being a turncoat after all. Fitz had nothing to do with it. Fitz helped Delora get to me, and just when Mother was going to take Neverland, we would have all made it out alive if Mother hadn't used her magic to summon Varg. Mother was going to erase my memories again, and I did not know what to do, so I just stood there and... Just like what happened with Garland. And now Delora is dead because of me. I cover my face with my hands, with all too familiar grief bubbles up inside of me. Delora made a choice to protect you, Lucia, just like Garland made his choice to protect Julian. The only thing we can do now is make sure their sacrifices weren't in vain. Here. Waltz gently pushes a mug towards me. If there's one thing Delora taught us, it is that hot chocolate makes almost everything better. I stare at the mug and remember the last time I had hot chocolate with Delora. I would never thought the drink I shared with her so many days ago would be the last. I bite my lip to keep myself from crying. So what do we do now? The plan hasn't changed. We need to stop Hildury and save the king. But how is the question. Waltz's voice is quiet. Lady Parfait. Does he know what Parfait plans to do? You know as well as I do that there's only one way now, Waltz. Parfait quickly explains what she told me about destroying the Lucius to destroy the 10. But if we do so by destroying the Lucius, you will die. I refuse to let that happen, Lady Parfait. For fuck's sake! I don't want to lose both of them. The way this route is going, we're going to lose both Parfait and Delora. We have already lost Delora. We're probably going to lose Parfait as well. And I hate that. I hate that very much. Delora sacrificed her life, so Princess Luciette sacrificed her life to have Princess Luciette bring back Neverland. And now you're telling us that it was useless and there's no other way? If any of you have an alternative, please tell me. Tell us. I don't want to lose any more of you over my mistake. But we cannot lose you either. I have a suggestion. Let me get this straight. Lady Parfait is going to act as bait to lure Hildury out of the palace into the gates. And the rest of us will help distract her as long enough so that you can get to your father. Once the king is safely at the Marchand, Mother cannot use him as a bargaining chip anymore. After that, We will have nothing left to lose. We'll be able to go all out against Mother. The efforts we spared in bringing back Neverland will not go to waste, whilst we use his magic to give us the upper hand. Though, to be honest, I would still like to try and reason with her one last time. Princess Hilary cannot be. I cannot accept your death. Is the only thing that will achieve our goal in stopping Mother. You told me before that Mother was a kind person. If I could somehow reach out to who she used to be, then perhaps it is possible that we could end this without any additional bloodshed. Everyone turns silent, their faces grim. I know this is not the best or most concrete plan, but please, let me try it. I want to hope that the person my mother used to be is still there. This is my fight as well. I need to do something. The least I can do is save my father, stop Mother without Parfait needing to sacrifice herself. It will be dangerous, but I beseech all of you. Please help me. I want to believe that my old friend is still in there as well. Okay, let's do this. The Hunter, Chapter 10. Okay, now we're right. It took a lot of convincing everyone that I needed to enter the palace alone. It is the people outside who are fighting Mother that need the greater strength. Bringing any of them with me would have greatly diminished that strength. I must quickly find the king. Mother always made sure to leave the king in the throne room whenever she left, so it follows she would leave him there now. It is too quiet in here. I push open the doors and stop in the doorway. The king is sitting on the throne with his vacant expression fixed on his face. He does not so much as flinch when I step inside. I tentatively make my way to the throne. Your Majesty. He does not speak. His eyes remain fixated in the same spot. Same place, as if he's looking through me. Is he gone forever? Angelia needs you. The king I know would never leave his kingdom to ruin. I'm standing close enough to him that I could reach out and touch him if I wanted to. What do I have to do to save you? Oh, so now you're being nice to him. I whirl around and place myself between the king and Varg. All these years you had opportunity to reach out to him, but you never did. So I guess the king had to be missing his soul for you to care about him. What are you doing here, Varg? Someone had to keep an eye on the old man. The queen thought someone might try and take the old man while she was busy. I had a feeling it would be you who returned. You cannot bear the thought of losing someone else, can you? What are you going to do then? I'm not leaving here without the king. Varg is silent as he makes his way toward me. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to stop him, but I will not move. I cannot let him take the king. I will not succumb to his threats. It is at that moment, just as he is about to reach out to me, that he suddenly drops to his knees and puts a hand to his chest, his expression pained. I just need a little more time. What is happening to him? He manages to talk to me through gritted teeth. You shouldn't have come alone, especially not with the big bad wolf here. It is my job to destroy you, you know. He flashes me a wicked grin, but the expression is shockingly short-lived. It is replaced with a soft smile. But this big bad wolf can't do that. You can't destroy a person you've fallen in love with. This hurts. Because in every other route, it's just Varg has feelings for Luciette because of Fitz, right? Because Fitz is emotion. Love for Luciette is stronger than anything. But in this route, it's Varg himself has also fallen in love with Luciette. It's not just Fitz's love. It's his own. And Varg doesn't know what to do with that, so he's just here like, I know what I have to do. How are you in love with me? Varg looks at me amused. How? Blame Fitz. This was never meant to happen, but I cannot help feelings that were there from the get-go. The queen wasn't pleased with your knight, so she tried to erase him forever. But he hung on. He was pretty sure that you could be strong, so could he. He looks up at me with such sadness. I feel actual guilt stir within me, and I'm not entirely sure why. I don't think Fritz could ever deserve you. Deserve me? But he is more worthy of you than I will ever be. I am nothing more than a moth drawn to your fire. I can only ever be burned by you. Maybe Fritz will have better luck. Shadows begin to gather around Varg's feet and start to slowly swirl up the length of his body. Does that mean Fritz is coming back? I know that this is the only thing you would ever want from me. I just wanted to tell you how I felt. Just that gods know that Fritz is incapable. But he is capable of one thing. He is a good hunter. He defeated me fair and square to save Little Red, and now I have no choice but to step aside. So Fritz has overpowered Varg. Try and miss me, princess. Think about me every now and then. That would be enough. Varg, what are you? Goodbye, my princess. He smiles at me. His cocky grin faded into a gentle smile. The shadows cloak him fully, making him little less than a silhouette. Fritz! I keep myself firmly positioned in front of my father. The darkness eventually dissipates, and there, standing in the moonlight, is a familiar face. Fritz? I'm back. I look at him with bleary eyes. Sorry for taking so long, princess. I am running before I realize my feet are moving. I'm overwhelmed with so many emotions, none of which I can put a name to in this moment. I know only that I am happy, so happy Fritz is back. Oh, hello. I throw my arms around his neck and kiss him. Fritz pulls his arm around my waist, pulling me closer. This is him. This is This is him. This is Fritz's heartbeat, his scent, his warmth. He came back for me. Oh. He came back to me, not for me, to me. Thoughts whirl around my foggy head. I step away from him ever so slightly, suddenly aware of the heat in my cheeks. Wait, did I just kiss Fritz? You just realized? I cannot bring myself to move away from his grasp, but suddenly I cannot bring myself to look up at him either. Why did I just... Fritz's just a laugh brings me back to my senses. Though it is hard to parse the feelings inside of me, I can at least be certain that I love the smile he is giving me right now. This feels like a dream. It does. And not just because of what happened, but because Fritz is here. Really here. Fritz leans forward and slowly brushes a strand of hair away from my face. My heart pounds in my chest at the subtle touch. Once again, my mind is reeling with considerations. If the princess says it isn't a dream, then it must be real because I trust her with all my heart. I thought I'd lost you for good. I do not flinch away when Fritz pulls me closer so that I'm resting against his chest. But how did this happen? How did you overwhelm Varg? Varg erased himself. How is that possible? He always had that ability, but he never had any reason to consider using it before. Then why now? Because he cared for you. My love for you is so strong, it must have affected him too. You love me? Varg said the same thing, and he blamed Fritz. So is it true? So it is true. Fritz smiles, and I feel his warmth spread inside me like sunlight. Always, Luciette. Ah, shit! I forgot you existed! God damn it. Well, well, well. This is quite the scandal. Fritz moves to stand in front of me. My queen is not going to be pleased. If my curse was so weak that even Sir Fitzgard could break it, I do not think even I am safe from her wrath.
But I believe her disappointment in me will come second to the disappointment she feels for you. After all, you chose a lowly knight. How dare you? Princess, I stopped short at Fitz's tone. You have an important task, don't you? The king. But Mithras, trust me. Fitz releases my hand to pull out his sword, sinking easily into a ready stance. I'll protect you. You think you could possibly prevail over me? Now, when you have no cane, no power at all? Don't make me laugh. Fitz strikes, a slash quick and clean, taking Mithras by surprise. Fitz manages to cut his through his shoulder. Damn. Mithras hisses as he clutches his bleeding shoulder. The hatred is bright in his eyes. As Fitz rushes Mithras, I run toward the king. You think a mere swordsman can beat one of the queen's apprentices? I'd be more wary if I were you, Sir Mithras. I approach the king, who has yet to move from his spot. What do I do? How can I possibly move him? I need to wake him up, but how? Your Majesty, I have been selfish. I've always been so concerned with my own feelings and my own pain. I reach out my trembling hand and sit on top of one of his hands. Now I realize you were trying to help. It may have been lackluster, but you genuinely tried. I've been so unfair to you, just like Mother was. I disagree. I think you were brainwashed, and so I think he'd forgive you for that. At least he better fucking forgive you for that, because, like, your daughter was brainwashed. You could have done more. Even Lucette says it herself, it was lackluster, so, buddy, admit it. It was lackluster. I do not know if words are enough to make up for what I've done, but I am sorry. I am sorry for being cruel to you. Please, I need you. I stare hard into my father's eyes, but there are no movement, no recognition. Whatever. I dip my head in mourning, and I bite my lips as I try to think of another way to save him. But my thoughts subside when a flash of light permeates my vision. It is only for a moment. When I look up, I can see life in my father's eyes. Lucette? Your Majesty! I reach out to hug him, and he wraps his arms around me. I feel like I've been asleep for a long time. And then I heard your voice. It sounded as if you needed me. What has happened? His eyes motion behind me and raises his eyebrows. He attempts to stand, but his knees shake and buckle. I duck underneath one of his arms to help him back onto the throne. The king stiffens as he glances at the bed swinging behind me. Sir Mithras and Sir Fitzgerald? What is going on here? A lot. The king has broken the enchantment. Impossible. I told you not to underestimate her. Your Majesty, we need to get you out of here. What is happening here? Mother suddenly materializes in the center of the room, standing right before Mithras and Fitz, who has the witch at sword point against the front doors. But Mother is not alone. Mother has Parfait in a tight grip, but the moment I call her name, she releases her. Parfait tumbles to the floor. Crimson stains her dress. Parfait, you're bleeding! Parfait does not move to acknowledge me. Fayette would not let go, so I had to bring her with me. Not that that matters. What did you do to her? Where are the others? They were treated like cowards, persistent things, and would have killed them had Fayette not sacrificed herself. I let out a sigh of relief. They're all okay and alive. You still care about those traitors. I cannot understand your attachment to them. Mother turned her attention away from me and to the two men who are at a standstill. Mithras, you disappoint me. With a flick of her hand, Fitz has pulled away from Mithras and across the throne room toward me. I move to steady Fitz as he stumbles beside me. I'm sorry, my queen. I have given you too many chances to prove yourself worthy, and you have failed me too many times, Myth. You are no use to me anymore. But my queen, I've done everything you wanted me to. Please, give me one more chance. I promise
Silence. Mother's voice is cold and sharp as ice. Leave before I erase you from my sight. Please, my queen. Mother casts a spell at Mithras that is all too familiar. It is the same spell she used to kill Delora. Mithras does not even have a chance to defend himself as Mother's spell shocks his body. Such a pest. I don't know why I kept that useless fool all these years. I called it! Every time! And in other routes too. When he was like, oh, the queen, she'll come back to me. Or hell, his whole, my queen is so beautiful. I was like, bitch, she doesn't want you. The moment you become useless, she'll kill you. I called it. Look at what she did. Because this is who Hilary is. Mithras, you didn't mean shit to her. Hell, Delora had more of a presence than Mithras did for her. Such a pest. I don't even know why I kept these. Yeah, I already said that. I slowly turned to look at Mithras. He is no longer standing, but lays unmoving on the floor. I feel bile rising in my throat. I cannot believe Mother just did that to him. How could you take away the man's life so easily? Hilary, how could you be so heartless? It is the first time I've heard It is the first time I've heard my father speak to Mother that way. Heartless. I am heartless. Humans shattered my heart many years ago when you hunted my kind. You did this to me. Out the corner of my eyes, I noticed movement. In moments, Parfait moves to stand before us, blocking us from Mother. Even though her clothes are soaked in blood, she is clearly wounded. Parfait has never looked so regal before. You. Parfait's hands move, before resting over her chest where light begins to gather in her hands. In a blink of an eye, a glittering golden crystal appears above her hands. Is that the Lucius? But the light the Lucius is emitting is uneven, and as I look closer, I can see that it is cracked. What are you doing? The only thing that can stop you. My heart plummets as I realize what Parfait is going to do. Parfait, no! If Parfait hears me, she gives no indication. If you do this, you'll die, Fayette. You'll die and remove all magic from Gelia forever. Nothing else will stop you, will it? Your hatred for humans, the corruption of the 10, it runs too deep. I see that now. Magic was never meant to be used with malice, Hilary. So, as long as witches can be corrupted, magic will always pose a threat. I cannot allow that to happen. I wanted to change things with Delora, but what gives you the right to decide what to do with magic? I am the Lucius bearer. I have a responsibility to maintain balance. But now, I see now that there can be no balance when the crystals exist. Light begins to gather, first around Parfait's feet, then around her body. Slowly, it begins to make its way towards Mother. In no time at all, the light swarms around their bodies. A white crystal appears in front of Mother. The 10. I won't let you do this, Fayette. It is too late for that. The golden light of Lucius intensifies. I can hear the crystal shattering from the inside out. No! The 10 breaks soon after, its fragments slowly fading with the same bright light. Mother and Parfait's images begin to do the same despite Mother's struggle. Both they and the crystals slowly dissipate into mist. No! I lunge forward, but Fitz's arms are suddenly around my waist, holding me still. Oh god, they're getting transparent. Mother snarls as she attempts to escape Parfait, but the light around her creates a thick box she cannot escape from. You would die for humans? The humans that have hunted my kind because of their fairy tales? No, I am dying for you, Hilary, so that for once I might save you from yourself. Mother chokes out a laugh. You are a fool, Fayette. Perhaps I am,
but I will die with hope in my heart. Mother turns to look at me in the blinding light. Parfait's concentration never wavers as she turns to settle her eyes on me as well. Mother's face is fading in the glow, but her voice is clear. I truly did love you, Luciette. Everything I have done, everything I did out of love. Parfait smiles gently, at me gently. It is a silent goodbye. There's a brief burst of light. God damn! Poor Luciette lost all of her mother figures in the span of 2 nights. Holy shit. Poor Luciette. Ophelia, you're the only mother figure left. God damn. There's a brief burst of light, and for a few moments I am blinded. When my vision returns, I see Fitz first. He's staring where Parfait and Mother had been only moments ago. On the floor. Where they stood moments ago, there is now only dust. With the loss of the crystal, magic vanished from Angelia. All the fairy tale curses broke simultaneously, and all witches and fairies lost their power. As soon as it disappeared, I turned to an education centered around the knowledge of Angelia rather than magic. I had decided back then that I would do anything to help Angelia and its people, and it needed to start first by educating myself. I'd start to follow my father on his trips around the kingdom. I'd even started to accompany Amelia on her trips outside the palace. Fitz has remained by my side for the past month. He comes with me every day as I visit the graves. Carefully, as not to disturb the flowers Julian had left earlier, I leaned down to place my lilies on each gravestone. Garland, Delora, Parfait, and the last is always the hardest. With a deep breath, I walk up to the 4th gravestone. I stare at it for a long time before I finally set a lily down. Mother. Fitz and I stand there as we grieve for the lives lost that day. I look up into the sky, smile as I stare into the warm rays of the sun. I shift my gaze to Fitz, who smiles at me. He has never left my side since that day. Fitz has already told me that he loves me, but I've yet to tell him my own feelings. Fitz? Yes? I didn't have a chance to ask this before, but how can you possibly love me? I've been so horrible, not just to you, but to everyone around me. Fitz's expression softens. He gently tilts my chin upwards so that I have to look at him as he speaks. For as long as I've known you, you've had to deal with things no one should have to go through. You were forced to live in the Queen's shadow because others refused to see past your relationship to her. You've been alone for so long, I could see how much you were hurting. But despite all the pain, you remained strong. You've always been strong. From the beginning, all I've wanted is to be someone you could rely on, someone you could trust, someone who would always be there for you. I must have trusted him from the beginning, too. Fitz was the only one I allowed to get close to me. I do not look away from him, but instead I stare back into his eyes with conviction. I know I may not have shown it, but I do trust you. I've always been able to tell. You wear your heart on your sleeve. I don't think anyone else who knows Luciette would say that. I do not. Fitz laughs, and the slight cockiness of his smile reminds me a little bit of someone else. It's been years since you became my responsibility. Once I learned your tales, you became an open book. He surprises me by putting his forehead to mine. The feeling of him is so close is comforting. I love the way you're careful with whatever you consider precious. I love how your eyes light up when you eat a good pastry. I love whenever you rely on me. I bite down on my lip as I blink back tears. No one has ever had that kind of faith in me. Before I knew it, you'd made a spot for yourself in my heart.
I began to hope that one day I could be as dear to you as you are to me. I stare at Fitz, tears pooling in my eyes. He wipes away a tear before it can roll down my cheek. I have never felt so cherished before. I do not step away as he leans forward to plant a kiss on my forehead. I hold out my hand and Fitz comes to my side. I feel the warmth of his fingers and smile. When things begin to overwhelm me, he never fails to calm me. I grip his hand more tightly. Luciette, I love you. You know that, right? I've known for a while, but it's nice to hear all the same. Then I'll say it for as long as you want me to. For the rest of our lives, then. A princess and her knight, huh? Does that matter? No, it doesn't. Even if there was such a rule, I'd abolish it once I became queen. Fitz starts to laugh. As always, his laughter is full of so much joy it lifts my heart. I want to hear it for the rest of my life. And maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to. Oh, credits time. Oh, that route was full of a lot. And then we have to do waltz. Oh. Varg breaks my heart, man. He did love Luciette, but he knew that he was not the one for her. He knew that he'd done too much fucked up shit to that point to possibly even consider being hers. But he did love her. God damn. Little Red Riding Hood. So I always found that interesting. Also, is that Fitz's curse was Little Red Riding Hood, but Fitz was both Little Red and it was a one-man show. Fitz was both the Big Bad Wolf, Little Red, and the Hunter. But I broke it. I find that so interesting too. That it's not Fitz that broke his curse. It's Varg that did. For Luciette. And I think it's like a testament that Varg and Fitz are different, but at the same time, they are the same person. And their love for Luciette was just everything. But yeah. That 10 out of 10 route. Loved it. Loved it so much. And now, yeah, there's Fitz. And now that the 4 have been done, it is just waltz left. Oh. I wanted to check the gallery for a background. Or not a background. One of her dreams. It was like, wasn't there one with... trying to think of the different flashbacks. Yeah, here it is. The bird of Luciette found an injured bird and her mother was like, let it die. Luciette was like, no. Luciette's always had the ability to care. Some nights. But yeah, everyone. Now it's just the bad ending. That's all that's left. Yeah, that's the bed. For everyone. Oh, by the way, there's achievements. So in case you guys were wondering, there are achievements. Karma's good ending, Fitz's good ending. This will be Waltz's good ending. Rumple's good ending. Rod's good ending. Light and Darkness. Happily Ever After. I can't see what that says, but I know that a bunch of these are the bad endings. I know what this is. It's an entire route without using the crystals. Which Waltz's route, I might do that. Of, doing it without the crystals. Just because it's the final route. Oh, okay. I'm assuming Happily Ever Afters unlock all the good endings. Never After is unlock all the bad endings, I'm assuming. Anyway. I should probably do that now before I forget. Because there is, in case anybody has noticed, the right choice indicator, which is the little crystals. And so I'm going to disable it for next time. Yeah. Yeah. And so next time we will, presumably tomorrow, we will begin, or I guess today, we will begin, Waltz's route. But yeah. That was such a good route, man. I loved it so much. Fitz, if I had to rank, well, we'll do Waltz's route and then I'll rank my boys. But like, Fitz's route definitely holds a special place in my heart. I think it was one of the last routes I did on my own solo playthrough. But yeah, it's a good route. Seeing Hilderay for the first time, I remember when I was first playing through it, that was such a shock to know that she could exist and wasn't just an entity that was from Luciette's past. It was kind of like, holy shit. But yeah. That's it. So for tonight, thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful time zone. And I will see you all tomorrow, hopefully. As long as no storms pass through. Bye-bye.